Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Meringue. Patrick Harris, yours truly with you. That's Danny Meringue to my left. Casey Smith over there doing the heavy lifting on the ones and twosies. Happy Monday. Here we are.
It's a good day, Tater.
Is it?
It's a good day.
I haven't quite decided how my day starts. I woke up this morning with acid reflux, and that's a terror I did not know that I needed in my life, but here we are.
What did we eat last night?
Well,
What did we drink last night?
2 beers, 2 palomas, nachos, and I tried some hot sauce that looked like chili oil. That was a very bad choice.
How late were we talking?
How late?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I went to bed at like 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did we eat, though?
5, 6.
Oh, so you had time.
I know. I think it just happened.
Did it just creep up on you quick?
It just just.
We got him, boys.
Yeah, it just got me. Got me.
That's tough.
It's all right. It's all right. We're here.
It's hard out here.
It is. It is. I took a new way to work today, which was kind of fun.
How'd that work out?
It was great. It saved me like 10 minutes.
Oh, it's always nice when that happens.
Yep. There was a 4-car crash on the I-5 bridge yesterday, and it took me 40 minutes to get from 39th Street on I-5 to crossing the bridge. That's 3 miles, brother.
That's tough.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
That's
I was
tough.
just trying to go out and have some fun with some friends, and
Yeah. See, that's the thing is, like, I live, further away. Not as far as I used to. That's for damn sure. But with there only being a couple ways, there's not really a ton of like different paths I can take. But for the most part, I don't really run into too much traffic either way. That's not true. I do run into it coming in sometimes because for some ungodly reason, everybody wants to slow down and look at cars that are stalled on the shoulder.
I have 2 bridges.
I don't understand it.
I have 2 rivers that I have to cross.
Yeah,
no
that's
choice.
that's
no
brutal.
choice.
Yeah, that's hard.
How jacked are we about Youngblood,
Mm,
the new Blazer player?
I know.
Youngblood.
I know.
I mean, he's got a killer name.
I mean, Youngblood's always a great.
Lowercase, are you about to drop a remix featuring Youngblood? I mean, there's a rapper out there called Youngblood, right?
I believe so.
I mean,
believe he actually is
if
more
there's
of a,
not, there
like a
certainly
pop
is.
rock artist.
Ooh, pop rock. Tell me more.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about him, but I
Ooh,
believe
pop
he's-
rock. I think rock and roll is dead, so pop rock would be about all we have.
Yeah, he's an English musician and actor.
Oh, I'm English.
Couldn't name any of his songs.
Is he a DJ Youngblood? Or is he just
Young Blood.
young blood?
Yeah, but it's BLUD.
It's got to be.
I was wondering where the U was. Was it in young or was it in blood? I mean,
Both.
there is a U in young, but you know what I mean.
It's both.
It's both.
Yeah. YUNGBLUD.
BLUD. Young blood. All right.
He's a dude that played a little college basketball down south.
Where'd he play?
3 schools.
Okay.
Kennesaw State, was it UCF? USF.
USF.
I always get those two mixed up. I don't know
Easy,
why.
dude.
And then Bama.
It's easy.
South
In
Florida.
Bama.
And then Bama.
What's the scouting report on this kid, Danny? Give me the hard-hitting facts.
I mean, in the NBA, nothing. He played, I think, like 20-something two-way games for the Thunder last year.
Yeah, I saw he was a Thunder kid coming over.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming from the Oklahoma City Blue, which, I mean, they've been a pretty prolific G League team. To be honest, the Remix have too. Even though the Remix
Got a
have
banner.
I mean, not only have the Remix have only been around for just a short time, like they've put a lot of guys through that have gotten. Jamari Bouye just signed a real contract with the Suns.
Does this put the Blazers in the 8 seed?
No,
What? Okay, I get it. The 7 seed.
no. But yeah, I mean, it's very clear that they need some. I don't say guard reinforcements, but they need to figure some stuff out and maybe kind of have another rotationary guy that can spell some people. And Caleb Love is got 5 games left. So look, when you look the way that they did over the weekend, I think it's pretty evident what they're missing.
Yeah,
He's
we'll get.
about 6'9".
Yeah, we'll get to the weekend in hour number deuce. But it's funny, the roller coaster of the Blazers this year in that sense of going into the year, man, I love the guard play we've got going here. I mean, obviously we had to wait on Scoot. And then it got to the point where it's like, damn, we got too many guards here. And now it's like, oh, God. And somewhere in the meets in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's that game yesterday was rough. That was not a there was a conflict, so we didn't do the post game show yesterday. And I was like, boy, am I glad that I am not
Oh,
on
really?
TV.
When I
Yeah.
watched the game, it said, coming up next.
Oh, yeah, no.
Danny Meringue and Joe Simons.
Mhm.
Then I started thinking maybe Joe should big time you and be Joe Simons and Danny Meringue.
Hey, look,
like I did here, dude.
look,
I walked in and big timed you real hard.
I don't write the copy. they write, they write the copy.
I
And
think Danny Meringue and Joe Simons sounds better than Joe Simons and Danny Meringue.
look, it was when we did the Danny and Dusty. It was like, what sounds better, Dusty and Danny or Danny and Dusty?
Danny and Patrick. Oh no, we can't do that.
That's why.
Although it sounds better than Patrick and Danny,
yes,
which is why we went last names.
indeed. But also, it would have been fun to be Dan and Patrick.
It would be really fun.
Just a little
It would be a real fun.
nod.
Does Joe ever get Simmons?
Yeah. The biggest gift that he ever got was the Blazers drafting Anthony Simons.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
It's like, let's teach everybody how to say my name and we'll use a player.
Yep, when they drafted Ant, I got Joe one of Ant's jerseys, so he got a Blazers jersey with his name on it.
Like I could imagine somebody thinking Bonzi's name is Bonsai.
Yeah,
Bonza.
yeah, that
Something like
happens.
that.
See, like you and Joe, and Casey, you guys can find professional athletes that played in professional sports that have your last names.
Oh, my cousin.
I will never, ever, ever, ever have that.
My cousin Al Harris, he picked off Matt Hasselback in the playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will.
Spitting image of me. Al Harris is like 6'2", giant dreads, runs like a 4.7 40.
Name a generation. There's
yeah.
a Smith that I could easily pull that's an all-star.
Bro,
Kenny the
Ozzy,
Jet, dude.
Ozzy.
Yeah, I suppose Ozzy.
Steve.
Ozzy was pretty good. Which one?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, of those, Ozzy's the best.
Of the Smiths,
Yeah.
the best Smith in sports history. I mean, Ozzy is Hall
Emmett.
of Famer. Emmett is the.
I think it has to be Emmett.
It's between those two.
I mean, is Emmett still all-time leading rusher?
Yes. Ozzy's probably the best defensive.
Yes, it is still Emmett Smith by almost 2,000 yards. Boy, I love seeing this list and seeing Frank Gore right there. Super
Yeah,
underrated.
he was super close.
Super underrated. Emmett Smith, Ozzie Smith. I mean, Ozzie is the dude did backflips in the infield.
The
Like,
wizard, man.
The Wiz. Yeah, that's pretty great. Go crazy, go crazy. Right? Isn't that the Ozzie Smith home run that Jack Buck calls? Go crazy.
Mhm.
I think that's Ozzie.
God, I need to
Ozzy
pull
also believes that opening day of Major League Baseball should be a national holiday in which everyone, not just banks, not a bank holiday, everyone in the United States of America should have the day off.
So
Except for us, of course.
think about this. Ozzie Smith leads Major League Baseball in defensive assists as a shortstop all time. He's 80th in errors committed.
80th all time?
Yes.
Okay.
Like just think about that for a second. Like he has 8,375 assists, 280 errors.
But does Ozzie Smith have a shoe named after him like former world number one, two-time major singles champion Stan Smith?
And is the Wiz ever been on Dancing with the Stars?
He should be. Fair, but he should be.
He should be.
And I bet you Ozzy would do a better job than Emmett.
Oh.
Although I'm loving like Ozempic poop your pants Emmett Smith. He's a lot like funnier. You know, you like see him and he's like, guys, don't forget your Depends. But then he's also like, I dance with hot ladies.
I mean, you can make a very easy argument that Ozzie Smith is the best defensive shortstop of all time.
You could very easily.
His defensive WAR career, take a wild guess.
Oh, I have no idea. Probably in the 70s.
44.2, but
Okay.
it's number one all time.
Greatest shortstop defenders of all time. You know, Ozzy's up there, Omar Vizquel's up there, Alex Rodriguez is up there. Yeah, probably those three. Andrelton Simmons,
Yeah.
Brendan Crawford?
all-time defensively.
Yeah. I mean, his glove is ridiculous.
It's probably Ozzy though.
It's-
I used to fight for Omar Vizquel all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's my guy.
Yeah, no.
So
And
I
look,
used to
Ozzy's
fight-
my guy, but like he's also that dude.
I used to fight for Omar Vizquel all the time until he decided to like fight women.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
it's a
like,
problem.
Nah, that stinks.
That always
Cost
sucks.
him the Hall of Fame.
And that's the thing about Ozzy. Not only was he
Oh, great dude.
the dude on the field, off the field, my goodness.
Super ambassador to the game.
Yes.
Like
No,
I said, dude, he's trying to give us days off. Look, anybody trying to give me a day off is pro in my book.
Right?
Number
I'm
one.
about it. I'd love a day off today.
I'd love a day off.
I would love a day off today.
Why?
It's golf season, baby. That's why I'm dressed like an adult.
I was wondering why you ditched the shorts and tank top. I mean, that was a hot look for a while there.
Hey, I always put a shirt on, at least a hoodie on over the top before we went on air.
Only because we're on YouTube.
Yeah, no.
If we weren't, you'd be
No.
rocking that thing.
I would.
I know.
I
And
like
it's the middle of winter.
I
You
love-
no kidding, dude.
I walk in. I love my stringer tops.
Dude,
They're
and
comfy.
it's not even about the tank top,
Yeah.
bro. It's the like,
That
it's like the
40 degrees outside.
no, it's like the swim shorts from 1995.
I like my shorts.
They're not very short.
Well, they are if you have normal size legs.
Okay.
That's the thing. Is like those are actually short shorts.
Do they have the like mesh inside?
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
They're not mesh. They're
Okay.
they're like dry fit, but they like hug.
Oh,
They're
so
like
there is
compression-
an insert.
There's a compression short inside it. Yeah.
I can't do the hugging. Things got to be free down there.
Yeah. Well, I have the ones that I have like they're like a kind of a thicker compression. That's what I wear on like heavy leg days, because I'm squatting really heavy right now, squatting and deadlifting. So I've got those, the back belt, and the knee sleeves with the wraps on, just because I need to not kill myself.
What is deadlifting?
Bar on ground,
Bar on ground, I lift up.
lift up,
Just lift up. It's not you throw over your
No.
head.
No.
What's the throw over your head?
Clean.
clean.
Clean. Okay. All right.
Little
Hey,
pump.
I'm learning things.
There you go. But the cool thing, the gym that I work out at has a huge Olympic lifting area, so I can do.
Oh, are we getting
cleans.
swole for the Olympics?
No, it's Olympic lifting, as in like big barbell, a lot of space, power racks.
I did see something over the weekend. Some guy who was like, it might have been, no, I don't think it was combine. Might have just been some dude. And he like lifted 410 pounds, something like that. Did it once, bounced off his chest, and then they took a plate off. And then he did 2 reps, and then they took a plate off.
Bench press
And then he did
or
bench press.
overhead? Okay.
Well, you lie on your back and you push up.
yeah.
Is that bench?
Well, I mean, push out like this way. Was it overhead or?
Forward, but
Yeah.
on his back.
Okay, yeah, bench press.
Bench press.
There's an old video of Brian Cushing and JJ Watt doing that
Steroids.
workout when
Steroids.
oh yeah, when JJ Watt first entered the league, and Cushing has 315, does 10 reps,
Yeah.
takes off 45, give me 10 more reps.
No.
Gets all. I mean, it's
These were-
Push was a
ridiculous.
monster.
These were exponentially getting bigger. So they took a plate off and then you do 2 reps. Took another plate off, 3 reps. Took another plate off, 4 reps. Took another plate off, 5, and so forth until all the plates were gone.
the.
I was impressed.
I saw a guy.
I mean, I don't know anything was going on. I can't do it, but I was impressed.
I mean, that's crazy burn.
I saw a guy who was probably about 6'4", 6'5", looked like he rolled up underneath a bar, and I thought he was going to like slide under it and squat it. He stops, steps under it, and just puts it up on his chest. I'm like, oh, he's gonna front squat, and then he strict presses 450, and I went, my bad, dude. I'll stay out of the gym. Thanks. 450 pounds over your head is insanity.
Well, this is why I don't do it.
It's like
not worth it.
that's pure unadulterated insanity.
It's
It
not
was just
worth
like, bro, is your spine made of adamantium? Like, what are you doing?
I don't even know what that is.
That's what Wolverine's got.
Wolverine's claws.
Oh, right.
His whole body.
That I know that runs through his whole body.
Yeah. Like I don't.
Is that the ultimate thing that you want running through your whole body?
Well, it doesn't exist, but sure. But it ultimately killed him.
Oh, it's
so-
not a real thing?
No, adamantium not real.
Wait, Wolverine's dead?
Yeah.
Comics wise.
You never watched Logan?
Yeah, dude.
No, I didn't. But if he died in Logan, there's movies after that.
He
Oh,
does
is this
make a comeback and-
multiverse stuff?
Yeah.
Ding,
there
ding, ding, ding,
there you
ding.
go.
Dang, dude, one of the greatest outs in like cinema history.
Oh, it's-
multiverse.
Yeah, you can always find him.
These guys are still alive. I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, they got the. So they snuck in Henry Cavill as the Cavalrine.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh, did you not see the new Deadpool?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Worth it.
Deadpool and
It's-
Wolverine.
It's worth
Worth
the
it.
watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely worth it.
My 9-year-old has seen them all, which is terrifying to think about.
No, we got our first tease for Avengers at Christmas.
Oh, did we?
The Doomsday. Yeah,
Oh, I think I saw that.
yeah. They're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back.
Yeah, he's Dr. Doom.
Yeah. No, like, look.
See, I'm hip with the kids.
There you
I know
go.
what's up.
There's not many things that will like automatically get me to a theater, but like I grew up as a Marvel nerd, so you put it out there, I'm gonna watch it.
Again, if you want to send me down a rabbit hole,
Yeah.
start talking Marvel.
Oh, dude, that's my jam. If you want to be a DC guy, that's fine, but Marvel's my jam.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. As we teased in hour number deuce, we will get to the Blazers and a bunch of NBA stuff. I got some stats on a team in the month of February. I know March 1st didn't go well for them, but the month of February was quite nice to them. We'll get to some NFL chatter in the big nooner. But let's start here. We'll kind of wrap up the combine. And let's start with the local boys, as Dylan Thieneman and Kenyon Sadiq kind of wowed some people. What does this really mean for their draft stock? We'll go there first. 105.1 The Fan. 10:20 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. You can also catch us on the YouTubes. YouTube.com. 1051 The Fan is the channel. Jump in the chat. Say what's up, what's up, what's up. A lot to get to this hour and some combine news. There was a quarterback that wowed everybody. Did he raise his stock from 10th quarterback prospect? I guess you can't go any further.
Hard to fall down, Bob.
If there's only going to be potentially one, maybe two quarterbacks in the first round, I don't know how many rounds you need to get to number 10, but we'll chat about that next and just kind of some overall thoughts as the NFL Combine wraps up. But the local note, and I don't even know if it's that local. I think it's kind of something that stood out in general from the Combine. I do love this article this post that I found about it. It's OU safety Dylan Thieneman, not U of O. Did Dylan Thieneman go to Oklahoma, right? They're OU, right?
Yes. That's tough.
Yeah. Is there any other OU or UO that I'm missing out on?
I don't know. You broke my TV, though.
Did I? Nice. Because what states do we have with O? Oklahoma, Oregon. I know I'm going to be missing one, and I'm going to feel really stupid. Ohio. Thank you. Is the University of Ohio or is it Ohio University? I think it's Ohio University.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two.
The Bobcats are Ohio
OU.
University.
Okay, so there's two OUs and one UO.
I had to think about that, though.
I know. I was kind of like, I don't know the answer to this. Anyway, I digress. Dylan Thieneman, a 4.35 40-yard dash. The fourth fastest by a Caucasian player. I was not aware that's how we measure these things.
Well,
Fifth fastest by a safety in NFL Combine history.
I mean, 4.35 is moving.
That's moving. And it's an interesting thing. You know, we'll talk about Taylon Green here in a moment. I'm not the biggest guy when it comes to the Combine being something that, like, truly tells you what a player is. I think the tape don't lie. You know, we'll talk about Cardell Tate in a minute, too. Like, he's an example. Like, I'm not all of a sudden, like, out on Cardell Tate. Like, the tape tells me that he is pretty damn good. But when you get guys like Dylan Thieneman or Kenyon Sadiq, who ran the fastest 40 of any tight end since 2003, 4.39, so just these ducks living in 4.3 territory, I don't think because you're fast. We talked about it last week with Darius Hayward-Bay when the Raiders took him because he was me fast. I don't think being fast necessarily should catapult you, but if the tape looks awesome, and I think there's a lot of tape that makes Dylan Thieneman and Kenyon Sadiq look pretty damn good, that when you get these metrics in, it's going to shoot you up a little bit.
It's a little bit of confirmation bias, but it's like when you put up.
That's a great way to put it.
But it's also like the tape looks really good. What does he look like when you strip it all down? Like, what does he look like athletically? Because there's been guys, the one I always go to is Anquan Boldin. Anquan Boldin ran a 4.8 40. And they were like, ew. I think he was like a 4.87 or something like that. He like barely got in the 4.8s. And I'm like, damn, I ran.
Washed.
I ran a faster 40 time than that. Like, what are we doing here?
Terrible.
Meanwhile, the tape on Anquan Boldin was pretty damn good.
4.71.
What was it?
4.71.
Bum.
Yeah, okay. So 4.71. Like, so that's just.
Even I can run a 4.71.
Again, but it, like, when you see a wide receiver who's not, 6'5" running a 4.7, you're like, ooh, that's tough. Meanwhile, Anquan Boldin ended up being, guess what?
Pretty damn
really,
good.
really good.
Really good. Fringe Hall of Famer.
Yeah. But when you see a guy like Sadiq, who's like, yeah, no, everybody knows he's going to put up crazy numbers, and then he puts up crazier numbers. I mean, a 6'4", 6'3", 240 tight end, 6'3", 240 running a 4.39. Like, that's moving.
Yep.
And then he has he ties the DB high with a 43.5-inch vertical and an 11-foot broad jump. You're like, oh, this dude's an explosive athlete.
And we talked about some of, like, the great combine performances of all time last week. I mean, he ran faster than Vernon Davis, who is widely considered one of the greatest combine performances of all time.
Because of the other thing you have to remember is Vernon Davis was also much bigger.
Much bigger.
Vernon was a freak.
Yes, much bigger dude. But, I think, look, I don't think things like this put Dylan Thieneman in the top 15. I don't think it moves Kenyon Sadiq to the top 10 per se. But I think once, I've seen mock drafts that have Sadiq going at 15. I've seen mock drafts that have Sadiq going at 22, 28, things like that. But once you see that, again, I don't think people's minds really change. If anything, like you said, confirmation bias. I think if you're at pick 12 and past and you see Kenyon Sadiq on that board, I think after this, I think you're going to have some real serious questions within your war room. And
I mean, you're not reaching because
you're not. No, at that point, you're not reaching at all. But it's like, do we? I don't know. Again, the other thing on top of it is I've seen Kenyon Sadiq with my own eyeballs. I've seen him on TV. He's clearly my favorite Duck from their season last year. I know he's going to be a good NFL player.
The only
this makes it go, whoa, he could be real good.
The only question is durability. It's the only question about it.
Sure, I think that's fair. But I also think he could put on some more weight.
But
I think he could get bigger and stronger.
That's the thing is, do you want him to? Because
fair.
The question about him is he too explosive for his own body?
Fair.
And that isn't, people may not think that's a thing. That's an actual thing you have to consider. Like, Zion is too explosive for his own body.
True.
Like, you just
we didn't think that either until it happened.
Derrick Rose was too explosive for his own body. Like, when you have, like, especially when you're talking about those kind of sports where it's the start stop, the burst type sports, like baseball, we saw Barry Bonds get real big.
Real big.
But durability, not again.
I've also seen Prince Fielder get real fat. Same with Kidd.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like if you're structurally sound, it's not going to be an issue.
But as Dustin points out here on the YouTube chat, that's what I was going to get to. Like maybe he's got to put on some more pounds if they love his blocking abilities. If they love that, being great in the run block game in college is one thing. Trying to do it in the NFL is a whole nother thing.
Look, Sadiq is a good blocker, but this isn't Gronkowski. You know what I mean? Like,
agreed, but it is a facet of his game.
Oh no,
that
for
I think
sure. Like he
makes
wants
him
to.
extremely valuable.
No.
Yeah, and he wants to. That's really hard to find.
But like, I put him in the Brock Bowers category. Like, you're not worried about him, but you're not going to leave him alone on somebody. Like, you're not going to. He's a chip guy. He's a downfield guy. You're not putting him on somebody to stay in on pass pro. You know what I mean? Like one of those deals. And again, we're splitting hairs.
Sure.
The dude's a physical monster.
And at the end of the day, nobody knows anything, dude. Mendoza could be the next Tom Brady, or he could be the next Jamarcus. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, don't why? Why do you have to say that's
both of those guys play for the Raiders?
Oh, he didn't play for the Raiders.
Well, Tom kind of plays for the Raiders.
I mean, he plays as a Raider.
There you go. Cosplay. Jinx. You owe me a Coke.
Yeah, it's but no, I mean, you take a look at what these guys did for Oregon at the Combine. It's not just Sadiq, it's and Thieneman. Malik Benson put up a crazy 40 time.
Wow, that kid's lightning speed. I've literally seen his speed with my own eyes. So as I was saying, I think when you get to like 12 or 13 in the draft, you're going to really start taking a peek at Kenyon Sadiq. Now, the thing with Dylan Thieneman, which I find really fascinating, and this is something that's kind of part of the roll the dice aspect of the NFL draft, post-combine especially, is I think Dylan Thieneman's grade was what? Like an early day 2, early second-round draft pick?
You could see him go at the end of the first, but
that's what I'm saying.
Very much the day 2 guy.
But a lot of mocks have him going to Minnesota.
Yeah.
In early second round?
Early first.
Early first?
At the 18th pick.
Whoa.
Being the replacement for Harrison Smith.
Whoa. Because what I was thinking is when I saw it, he might have been like an early second-round pick, and this bumps you maybe into first-round territory. And what's better? Obviously money, but if we take money aside, what's better about the end of the first round than the beginning of the second round? Quality of team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I saw a mock draft that had the Seahawks taking him, and you're like, good God. You know, what a fit for him. Don't have to be the guy. You got DBs on each side that you trust.
Now it's him and Nick Manwari.
See what I mean? Like now you start entering into territories if the Eagles were to grab him, if the Niners were to grab him, if, you know, like teams like that were in the playoffs, if the Bears grab him. Like now you're not the second round pick of say the Raiders
or the Browns
or even Minnesota in the second round, who kind of had a fall off year, who don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback. But you're going to go to a team that's been in the playoffs, has a quarterback, has a good coach,
do they
has
have a quarterback?
Defense. Who?
The Vikings.
No, they do not. We'll have to get to that sometime this week. If those are your thoughts on who you're replacing JJ with, shut it down. Mm-hmm. Shut it all down.
It's like, ooh.
So that's what I think. I think Thieneman has played himself to a good team now.
Like, to put into perspective just how fast Thieneman was, he ran the same 40 as Zachariah Branch.
That's wild.
Zachariah Branch, the former USC, now Georgia wide receiver, that dude in person is the closest thing I've seen to explosion in the open field is Reggie Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not because of the uniform that he wore. Seeing that dude in person, it was like, oh, this guy's terrifying.
That's who I hope the Steelers draft with their first round.
Mhm.
I hope Branch is the first guy taken off of the board for Pittsburgh.
And last thing coming across the text line, which I did not forget to mention, we were going to get to, but it's more kind of about web gems for the opposite today. GMs are saying Kenyon Sadiq is the single best interview they've ever had. Like, he's walking in there and telling him what other guys' assignments are. He's walking in there telling them that he knows what the DBs, what the linebackers are supposed to do against him. That can't be undervalued.
No,
That's going to be
IQ.
an offensive coordinator's
Dream. Yeah.
Absolute fantasy.
Not only does he have the tools and the ability and the physical
But the brain's
manifestation, but yeah. Look, Gronk didn't have big brain.
Gronk don't need big brain.
But exactly.
Big brain.
That's the whole thing. It's like when you're 6'7", 270 pounds, and you're that level of athlete, and you just go, Tom, throw me ball, like you can compensate.
You think of a team that struggled with injuries in that room in the Rams. Higbee was out a lot.
And seemingly
Matthew
they had
Stafford
5
brought
of
up a
them.
weapon at
Yeah.
13.
Ugh. That's terrifying.
Let's get into some of those skills and how they translate, all right? Because the quarterback said woo-wee wowie to a lot of people. Is it enough, though? Or are we just seeing 2.0? We'll go there next. There's Lowercase with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers took some losses over the weekend. They fell to the Charlotte Hornets 109-93. Then once again last night in Atlanta as the Hawks rallied to beat them 135-101. Blazers are off for the next 2 days but are back on the road once more, taking on Memphis Wednesday at 5 p.m. Your Portland Timbers dropped their first game of the season, falling to the Colorado Rapids 2-0. Some strong saves from Timbers goalie James Pantemis, but it was Colorado who held control for most of the match. Jimmer Forey received a red card in the 77th minute for Portland, forcing them to play a man down the rest of the way. And Forey will be out for the Timbers' next match against Vancouver. Some NFL news for you, as the Houston Texans are acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade from the Detroit Lions. Lions will be getting offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick, and a 2027 7th-round pick. Since he's been drafted in 2019, Montgomery is just one of 5 players to reach at least 6,000 rushing yards and 50 rushing touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs continue to free up cap space for the offseason as they have informed right tackle Jawan Taylor that he will be released before the start of the new league year. The move will save $20 million against the salary cap, allowing Kansas City to be underneath the cap when the league starts on March 11th. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. Getting higgy with them.
We'll finish up some combine thoughts here in a moment, and then get to the Blazers in hour number deuce. Oh, let's see here. Durability issues. Sounds like he's a prime candidate for the Niners.
Oh, don't give them that weapon.
Draft combine to me is like having a good season in the XFL. Cool to see, but not a great indicator. Look, I agree with that. I agree with that a lot. I think in the case of Thieneman and Sadiq, the conversation was more about how we already know the tape is great, and then when you throw things on like those intangibles, you kind of get a little wow. And another friendly remember on Danny on your Anquan Bolden. Cooper Kupp ran a 4.86 at the combine.
That's who I was thinking of.
As this texter reminds us, last time checked, had a pretty good career.
Probably going in the Hall of Fame.
2-time Super Bowl champ, 1 Super Bowl MVP. Not a bad day in the life. Not a bad day in the life. Now, the opposite of this, as think about everything I said about Thieneman and Sadiq going higher in the draft due to the intangibles. I believe this is a situation in which it does not work. And that is the interesting case of Taylon Green. Now, we talked all year as quarterbacks started to drop like flies in terms of talent, the Klubniks, the Nussmeyers, the Allers, etc., from last year in college football. We'd always throw it from time to time like, seen Taylon Green in Arkansas? Pretty fun. Pretty fun to watch.
The two most we talked about this. I want to say in like October or November. I'm like, the two most fun quarterbacks in the entire country are Taylon Green and Darian. No,
I was gonna say Byron Brown.
Haynes King.
Haynes King, but I know you love
Darian Mensah. But like Byron Brown is obviously right there too. But this team just kind of
fell apart.
Yeah. But Taylon Green's a freak. He's a freak of freaks. Like already number one, he's a 6'6" quarterback.
That's big.
Like when you see a quarterback that big,
227 a little light for me. I'd like to see a little more lbs on that.
Still 230 pounds.
But he doesn't look skinny.
No.
Like Jaden Daniels sometimes looks skinny.
Lamar looks skinny.
Lamar looks skinny, yes.
But
Bryce is very skinny.
Yes. Like 6'6", very big, 230, not enormous, but not small.
No, 6'6" is big.
Yeah, because look, these guys they're gonna trim down. They're gonna trim down to run as fast as they possibly can for the combine. I bet you his playing weight's probably 235. That's probably about where he's at. So 6'6", 235, that's a big boy. Big boy ran real fast. 6'6", 227, ran a 4.36 with a 1.55 10-yard split. Then he put up a 43.5-inch vertical and 11.2 broad jump.
For example, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and Tanner McKee are 6'6" in the NFL, for reference.
And how much does Herbert weigh? I want to say he's probably right around that size.
Oh, I don't know. He feels bigger than...
He also wears rib pads.
Well, I would too.
Herbert is
236.
236.
Yeah, so he's 10 pounds heavier.
I mean, but
9 pounds heavier.
That 10 pounds would do something great for Taylor.
Oh, but I'm saying
I'm not saying he needs 30. You don't got to be LeBron out there.
But again, if you're looking for kind of a comp, like that's about it. It's a 9-pound difference. The terrifying thing is, Taylon Green's arms are 2.25 inches longer than Herbert's.
Wow.
That's all, and that's the thing is, if you didn't watch Arkansas this year, you see this guy that is just rangy, and when you see him get in the open field, the closest comp I can make across sports is like when you see Giannis with a head of steam, like 3/4 court, like
take 4 steps
and he's
be
at the
basket.
rim, and you're just like, when you watch Taylon Green run, it's not like these quick choppy steps. He just eats up ground when you see him in the open field, and you're like, bro. And then you watch him throw the ball. Sometimes you don't know where it's going to go.
Sometimes he doesn't know where it's going to go.
But by God almighty, does he throw a pretty ball.
43.5-inch vertical, 11 feet 2 inches in the broad jump. What was his 40? 4.36?
Yeah. Again,
second
it's 6'6",
fastest,
230.
Second fastest QB of all time. Who's number one? Vic? Michael?
No.
That guy was fast.
Yeah.
But this is the dangerous part, though. I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but everything on here is comparing him to Anthony Richardson. And I get it, because Anthony Richardson had some of those issues while at Florida of, I'm an extreme athlete, but I don't know if I've got quite all the tools to put it all together. I don't know where I sit on this. Right now, he is ranked as the 10th best quarterback prospect. I think it bumped him to like the 6th best quarterback prospect. I don't think anybody's going to do something like the Colts did with Anthony Richardson that high. I don't think this does a lot for Taylor Green. I think he still gets drafted where he would normally get drafted. Does this make you want Taylor Green more, Danny?
If you're telling
Maybe
me
the
like,
flyer I'm more interested on.
He's the number one flyer quarterback in this draft. There's nobody else in this draft where I'm thinking, the Seahawks take Jalen Milroe. Like, yeah, maybe.
Sure.
But like, if you're telling me like I'm going to take a flyer on somebody,
I also like the Jaden Milroe flyer because I thought they were bringing back Geno Smith at the time. But I was like, well, it can't get worse.
It's one of those things where if you're talking about drafting early, whether it's in the NFL or the NBA, I used to have this idea of give me the most physical tools and the highest possible ceiling with those tools.
My name's Kyle Shanahan, and I'll fix the rest.
But I also think Shanahan doesn't necessarily do that. I think Shanahan takes the guys who have the highest level IQs. Like, I think that's what Shanahan does. Like, don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey has tools. Debo has tools.
McCaffrey, yeah, he a genius.
But it's also they're all of these guys. Trent Williams is one of the smartest offensive linemen. He's also a mountain. That helps. But like, you just look at the guys like how Fred Warner is one of the smartest linebackers in football.
Definitely, you should hear. Yeah, I don't know if you've caught any of his like Super Bowl playoff stuff. Great on the desk. Great on the desk.
He's like Kuechly.
Very smart.
Kuechly had a very, very high-end tools, but also maybe the smartest linebacker that's ever played the game. Like, he's just he's a football savant. But you look at, like, if you're taking it, I should say, my idea has shifted on that. I want the guys with certainly high-level tools. I want the highest IQ guys at the very top. But if you're talking about taking flyers, give me the guy with the tools. Like, if this guy's going to stick, give me a guy that's just a freak, and let's see if he can figure it out.
I think some of the good news about him, though, look, Anthony Richardson has never struck me as one of the high IQ guys. Obviously, that 70-yard bomb that he threw, what was that, 2 seasons ago? That had everybody's eyeballs go, whoa.
The throw he made at Florida, was that the first week of the season?
Which got him a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, that absolute laser on the run across his body, sidearm. You're just like, oh, that's a throw.
And then the stuff at his pro day, which was him just being an athlete, releasing the ball from any different
arm slot,
finding open receiver
with zip on it. It explodes out of his hand.
I think the good news for Taylor Green is that nobody's saying he's an idiot.
No.
Everything I've read is like, can he be accurate? That's going to make or break his career. And if that's it, that's an easy flyer for me. Dude, that's a better flyer than, if I'm the Cleveland Browns, that's a better flyer than Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, a Tyler Shuck in the second round, I think, is a more proven commodity. Jumping into the end of the late first round to get a Lamar Jackson, I don't got a problem with that.
And here's the thing with Taylor is like the difference between him and Anthony Richardson. Yes, Taylor is older and more developed because there's more of a mystery box with Richardson, but also with Taylor, you're sitting there going, he completed 60% of his passes. You're like, ooh, that's probably
a low number.
It's a little low. But you also just have an understanding of what he is more so. With those guys, they typically don't grow a ton beyond that, but you have an opportunity where if he gets in the right place with the right system that you maybe can figure it out. And I think if you're talking flyers, that's the path that I want to go down. If a guy goes into training camp and just figures it out.
Yeah, which is possible.
It happens.
Combine can't be everything. It's like you can't lose because of you can't win because of the combine. You also can't lose because of the combine. As we said, Anquan Bolden, Cooper Kupp, I know those are both receivers. But I don't think your draft day, your combine should necessarily be a nuclear weapon on your career.
No.
And there's a great example for that. We'll finish up some combine talk coming up next. Any other news and notes you enjoyed from the combine, get those in. 503-864-6326. Blazers in hour number 2. A little more combine chatter right here on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM.
Nighttime would find me in Rose's Canteen.
Loaded NBA nuggets for you in the big hour deuce here. We'll get to the Blazers. The hip check heard around the world that Danny is going to poo-poo on. I know it. I know it. We'll have web gems as well. Plus, I found a cool stat about a team in the NBA for the month of February, although yesterday wasn't kind to them. But I think they're going to be just fine. So we'll get a little fun NBA here in hour number deuce. But to finish up some final combine thoughts, I want to go right there to Cardell Tate from Ohio State. Some weird things that I've heard around, like, I think he posted like a 4.7 40, something like that, and people were like, oh, I don't like that. But then there were some like unofficial like hand timers that people had him more like 4.5, 4.6. I don't know. This is the opposite of the Sadiqs of the world. Look, Tate is going to be an NFL wide receiver. He is mocked as 1, 2, or 3 off the board, depending if you like him, the kid from Arizona State, or the kid from USC. Depends on where you want to go. Tate is going to be a baller. Okay, so he didn't run super fast. Okay, how's his footwork? Because I'm pretty sure at Ohio State, wide receiver his footwork looked pretty nice.
Also, is he 6'4"?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. That's why he's over Tyson. That's why he's over Levin. Like, that's
size, dude. It matters.
like everybody. DK got crushed for he's not this great route runner. Blah blah blah. It's like obviously DK put up a crazy 40 time, but it's like when you're that big. There's another wide receiver in the combine this year. It's 6'4", 6'5", ran like a 4.4. It was like, oh, he did himself a favor.
I was about to say, I bet you Jamar Chase didn't run some crazy 40 time. He ran a 4.38.
Yeah, no, Jamar Chase.
Whoopsies.
Jamar Chase very fast.
Very good. Very good.
But no, it was, that's one of those things. What it can be confirmation bias, but it's also like, oh, this guy didn't run this. That's where you get to the Anquan Boldens, the Cooper Cups of the world. And it's like, look, man, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. It's just, do you need to run? Brandon Thompson ran the fastest time for wide receiver at 4.26. Okay, Brandon Thompson is 5'9", 164 pounds. He should run very fast. If he's going to be a guy like that. Right?
He should. Some other fun news and notes out of the combine. Did you see Mike Washington Jr. from Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Ran a 4.33 40. Broke down and started crying afterward, probably because he realized even if he doesn't have the best vision or the best power or whatever.
Probably just popped to the number 3 or number 4 running back.
Yeah, he's going to get drafted. You about to get a shot in the league, bro. So I thought that was a fun note. A lot of cool speed times I saw in the running back world.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun.
Jeremiah Love,
real fast, but a lot of running backs.
Chris Brazell is the wide receiver, the Tennessee wide receiver. 6'4", 200 pounds, ran a 4.37. That's a big boy moving.
Should be fun. Should be fun to see how it all plays out. Like, I have no idea. That's what's fun about the draft. It's right around the corner, though. We're not far away. What is the NFL draft? Gonna be on. Wait for it. Yeah, I can't find
It's the week after Easter, isn't it? Isn't that when it typically is? Am I crazy?
April 23rd.
2 weeks after.
April 23rd. So we're a little under 2 months away from the NFL draft.
We didn't have this year? We didn't have a crazy bench press.
Oh, did we not? See, I don't ever understand that
37, a lot. Stephen Paez, the unofficial record holder, with 49.
This combine felt like me run fast and me jump high.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of verts that were just incredible.
A lot of burst athletes in this class.
Yeah.
Even the edge rushers. Yeesh.
Dare I argue that's where the NFL is, man? Bursts. You don't necessarily have to be like, take Bijan Robinson, for example. Not the biggest running back in the world, but if he sees something, boom. Look at Kenneth Walker in the Super Bowl. Like a good above average running back in the NFL. Not really somebody everybody's fawning over. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. Just waited, boom. And maybe that's the route to go.
Well, I also say this though too: the NFL is swinging back to be a little bit more traditional. As much as like take those Seahawks,
yeah,
much more balanced. It's not about it is about explosive plays certainly, but it's leaning more towards a little more defensive oriented. It's leaning more towards line play, and so it's like. I wonder if we're going to start seeing some of not the guys are going to get slower. That hasn't happened. But I wonder if we're going to start seeing guys getting bigger again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do we start seeing, like, again, you can only work with what you've got. Like, there's,
What mama gave you.
yeah, I mean, there's only, the reason guys like Aaron Donald and, Curse stand out is because they are freaky freaks. And those,
Khalil Mack.
yeah, those are guys that don't come along. Like the Bosas don't come along. The Watts don't come along. Like,
Even Brian Bosworth,
who bombed out.
Right, but like those
Athletic
the
freaks
specs
with the
are just like,
size.
holy
yeah.
goodness.
But that's the thing is like those the Trent Williams of the world, the Orlando Paces of the world. Those guys don't come around all that often.
Penei Sewell
Yeah, perfect
for an Oregon guy.
I mean, just absolute maulers who just are so impactful with their size and their athleticism. But it's one of those things that kind of comes around with it.
Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah, Og. We're talking about mountains. There was one of those clips from I can't remember which podcast it was. They were talking about their welcome to the NFL moment, and he said it was against Og. And he goes, "I tried to make a move on him, and he was not today, young fella." And like he goes, he just grabs me with one hand and steered me the other way, and I was helpless. And he's sitting there, "Nice try, young fella. Better luck next time, young fella." He goes, "Do you know how disappointing and just hurtful it is to be an NFL player and think you're that dude and just have a guy grab a hold of you and talk to you sweetly?" Like,
Rockabye, baby.
like not talking
on
trash.
the
Just
treetop.
you don't even hear him breathing. Just not today, young fella. just hits you over and over again with young blood, young fella, young man. Just maul you to death and act like he's not even just another day at work.
El Capitan, the vertical granite monolith in Yosemite National Park, which a lot of people love to free climb, is a little over 2,900 feet. And I don't know if that cliff is higher than the one I saw someone try to drive off this weekend. We're contractually obligated to talk about the Blazers. We'll go there next. Hour number deuce. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
Isaac Ropp, you
SportsCenter update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers took some losses over the weekend, falling to the Charlotte Hornets 109-93, and then once again last night in Atlanta as the Hawks rallied to beat the Blazers 135-101. Blazers are off for the next 2 days, but are back on the road once more, taking on Memphis Wednesday at 5 p.m. Your Portland Timbers dropped their first game of the season, falling to the Colorado Rapids 2-0. Jimmer Forey received a red card in the 77th minute, forcing Portland to play a man down the rest of the way, and Forey will be out for the Timbers' next match against Vancouver. Some NFL news for you as the Houston Texans are acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade from the Detroit Lions. Lions will be getting offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick, and a 2027 7th-round pick. And since he's been drafted back in 2019, Montgomery is just one of 5 players to reach at least 6,000 rushing yards and 50 rushing touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs continue to free up cap space for their offseason as they have informed right tackle Jawan Taylor that he will be released before the start of the new league year. The move will save $20 million against the salary cap, allowing Kansas City to be underneath the cap when the league year starts on March 11th. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to
All right, hour number deuce here. You missing the first hour, you can download that, The Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com. The Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. We can also check it out over on the YouTube page. 1051 The Fan is the channel. If you missed any of the Sunrise guys this morning during Sprague, a lot of Blazer action for them as well. So check that out wherever you get your podcast. If you can't catch Primetime Live tonight, then, check it out on the YouTubes or the Odyssey app. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future. That would be impossible. We'll get to this Jokic situation in about 15 minutes. We have Web Gems as well. But a nice little NBA hour here for you. And it starts with the Portland Trailblazers. On Saturday, that's a loss at Charlotte, 109-93. Charlotte, you are correct, Danny, is a fun, entertaining team to watch.
And Kahn didn't even do anything.
Kahn didn't even play that well, no. But you can see there's, we're both kind of meh on LaMelo.
Brandon Miller's good.
But Brandon Miller's good. Kahn is good. They have some nice bones. Who's the kid they call Moose?
Moussa Diabate.
Yes, Diabate. He's a nice player.
Brooklyn Decker, big fan of.
He is a nice player. They've got some cool pieces over there.
Charlotte, more famous fans than Portland fans.
Probably.
Andy Roddick and Brooklyn Decker. That's tough to beat.
I mean, Brooklyn Decker is probably better than anything we got here.
Probably. Probably?
I don't know, man. We got Neil Everett, dude.
Probably?
I like Neil Everett a lot. We had Bill Walton, although I don't know how much of a fan he was at the end of his days.
It's Ty Burrell. It's probably your most famous Trailblazers fan.
Ty Burrell?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah, he pops into games and hides in the
in the booth, in the box.
No, he's down low, but he gets in and gets out. He sneaks in and out every now and then.
I got no problem with the Blazers losing to Charlotte. I mean, the game was not fun from the jump. 29-17. You're being outscored by 12 points in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Pack it up. Kind of knew from right there that things were going to go.
They just couldn't get over the hump. They got it down to 6 like probably a half dozen times, and every time they had an opportunity. I don't want to take away from Charlotte, but I do want to take away from Portland. They just couldn't find it, man. It was just like, come on.
No, it's another one of those, like, Jeremy had 21 points. 3 of 9 from downtown is tough. Tumani, 2 of 8 from downtown. Drew Holiday, 3 of 8 from downtown. Honestly, though, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying not to put the cart in front of the horse. But if you put this game on top of the Atlanta game from yesterday, it wasn't as bad yesterday, but
Oh, it was worse yesterday.
Dude, Scoot Henderson is a problem right now for me. The scoring efficiency is really, really lacking. I know scoring across the board is in dire need right now. Now, again, I do see some cool things from Scoot athletically, pace-wise, where he's driving, kicking out, and stuff like that. I don't know where I sit on this. I don't want to sound hot takey or bury the kid by any means. Last two games are I texted you on Sunday, are a rough look on our boy Scoot.
Look, he's going to get some leash to play with. That's
Totally.
certainly part of this.
I'm not trying to bury
No,
the kid.
I know you're not. But we went through this with Shaden, too, in the beginning of the year where he couldn't hit the broadside of a bar. Remember? I mean, he was shooting, 21% from three?
And then right before his injury was a lot more efficient, was playing a lot better.
But with Scoot, and this has been the issue. So he's now played 10 games, right? He's shooting 39% from the floor, 24% from three, but 87% from the line. Typically, your free throw, again, we're not getting a ton of volume, but when you're talking about players, when you look at their free throw percentage, that's usually a pretty solid indicator of how they'll be as shooters. For his career, he's an 80% free throw shooter. Slightly, probably average for a guard, but like
Too low for me, but fine.
80% is fine.
It's fine.
80% is fine. But the thing about it is, like, you watch Scoot shoot, and this is true of Shaden too. When you see him load up, you don't go no, because it looks good.
It does.
But man, are his misses bad.
Dude, I saw one that didn't even touch the rim and hit the backboard.
And
And
it's
it was
like-
just like, what is that, brother?
And it makes you wonder if it's a confidence thing.
Fair.
I think,
I can listen to that.
I think that's really what it comes down to. Because, again, I've said this multiple times. If you're asking me between Scoot and Shaden who I have more confidence in being a more prolific, more reliable three-point shooter, it's Scoot. Now, Shaden looks better doing it.
I disagree. I'll take Shaden in that argument.
Shaden has the ability to do things that Scoot doesn't, but Shaden also, his footwork is a disaster more often than not.
Yeah, I know you don't love his feet.
Well, his ability to shoot off platform, like you see him when they run that pin down into the corner on the baseline out of bounds plays for him. Well, I guess before he was injured, and he floats into the corner and doesn't even really set. He just kind of catches it all in one motion and puts it up. I've seen him hit it a couple times, and I'm like, man, that's pretty. But a lot of times he just lets stuff fall apart, and that's what leads to him being a really inconsistent shooter. Scoot has really got his base underneath him now, and it's like, okay, what's the issue here? And so is there a confidence thing? Is he rushing something? Like there's something there that just doesn't. It's not making sense. But the flip side of this too is that he has got to be a threat because everybody's going to play him underneath. They're going to under every coverage on him.
Without a doubt. Which I saw him kick some passes out, Veet to the side or Tumani in the corner. Like I saw some of that, and I like that. But if you can load up against him, because hey, dude, if this is Westbrook and you can take that shot from wherever you want, it's not a good place.
We don't want you in the paint. We want you taking that shot.
Exactly.
And unless you are otherworldly, like Westbrook, like Derrick Rose, where like your rim pressure, your strength, your athleticism, your explosion is so dominant, or take Amen Thompson, who he can't shoot at all, but he can get wherever he wants to, because he's 6'6" and probably the best athlete in the league.
Let's entertain this idea that you brought up. Let's entertain the idea that Scoot maybe has some confidence issues. Look, he hasn't played in a while. I get it.
For sure.
Why does it feel like his minutes are still restricted? Why not just run him out there? In games like Charlotte, when the game feels kind of over at the end of the first quarter, then why not get some minutes under him and try to find that confidence? Because what do they say when you're in a shooting slump? Keep shooting.
Yes, but also put Drew Sermon in the NBA player. You know what they don't want to do? They don't want to be in games and blowouts.
Well, somebody's got to play, my man.
I know, but
Scoot needs another contract. So, buddy, you're the guy that's going to go play.
You're not really getting it there, though. I don't know if there's necessarily a minutes restriction, as like he's only played 10 games. There may not be a minutes restriction, but you want to build him up. You don't want him to just go out and play 34. You want to build into that. Remember, this isn't a guy that had a full training camp and then is playing through the season.
I agree with that.
Things.
I agree with that. And again, I'm not trying to bury Scoot here. I just, if the slump, if the confidence, if the poor shooting, whatever it may be, the only recipe, unless there's something nagging, unless he truly physically, medically can't go, which doesn't need to appear on an injury report, but could be something that, say, Tiago or the rest of the assistant coaches or the medical staff knows, hey, don't push him too much. If that's the case, then I'll shut up. I guess I think somebody's like KD who always says that if you're not making shots, the recipe is to keep shooting because eventually you'll figure it out.
That's also one of the best shooters in the history of the game.
I know that's easy to say. But again, Scoot's also young and has got a lot to prove. And to your point, and to Scoot's credit, he missed a large chunk of this season and didn't have preseason. I guess I just want to see some of those kinks put out this year instead of going in with another, I don't know what to expect next season.
There's no way he's 20 games left. You're not getting that either way. He could average 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting 50, 40, 90. You know what people are going to say? That's great. He closed the season in 20 games. Okay?
That would make me feel better than what I'm seeing right now, though.
That's fine, but we went through this last season with Denny Avdia, and you know how many people sitting here telling me, "Oh, Denny's still got to prove it." I don't know. Maybe he's a number 3. He's not really a guy, and we can still have guys in the text line in the YouTube chat like, "I don't know." It's like, I don't know, man. I've watched this team playing without Denny Avdia, and boy, do they suck.
Well, you're not wrong there. You're absolutely not wrong there. The offense has been a struggle. No Denny, no Shane. The offense has been a struggle. As we've said, there are nights that if ball don't go and hoop for Jeremy Grant, this team is cooked.
Yeah, you saw that against Atlanta. Like if he is not hitting, Drew's been pretty good over the last couple games.
Veets had a couple nice games of late.
Yes,
but I know that's a bench rotation guy.
And again, if you want to talk about like trying to find a silver lining in all this, Matisse Thybulle has been unbelievable defensively.
And very efficient in his minutes played. Like, he's not playing a ton, but the minutes...
He's a 14 to 18-minute-a-night guy, but man, is he making plays when he's on the floor. He had 4 blocks yesterday. Yeah. He's getting a couple steals a game. What he's doing as a defensive playmaker, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, but for me, I'm sitting there going, God, it's really fun to watch Matisse Thybulle play basketball. He's just so unique and so much fun, man. But this offense has just been egregiously bad.
Yeah, and that's kind of why with not a lot left to play for, if I'm being honest, I mean, you're going to get into the playoffs because, as we say, math is math.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw dudes out there. Someone's got to play. Someone's got to play, and I choose Scoot.
Oh, yeah. It's
like I go rafting with some of my friends, and there's the blacked out guy that has to be on somebody's boat, and sometimes I draw that low straw. It might be a blowout today, Scoot, but I think the low straw's on you.
I think you're going to see him play some of that, but also the other guys that are part of the Stay Ready group, the two-ways and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's also their opportunity. That's kind of one of those unspoken rules in the NBA.
It's the Javonte Cooks getting Blake Wesley more time, City, and the new young blood in.
But yeah, that's kind of the unspoken rule of the NBA. Number one, you're protecting guys.
I didn't catch this. I completely missed. Chris Murray had 4 minutes in the Hawks game. Is he okay?
Sick.
Oh, he got sick.
There's a bug going through the team, which is whooping everybody's butt.
Donovan
right
and Chris Murray making out. Is that what you're breaking? That's breaking news right now.
Yeah, no, it's hit a couple guys pretty bad.
Let's go to the hip check heard around the world. Danny and I differ on this. This will be fun. Stick with us. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, here's a quick look at Portland traffic.
Heading into Beaverton, it's a roadwork slowdown northbound 217 from Shoals Ferry to Canyon. The right lane is blocked. 405 northbound a little slow from I-5 getting
Coming up next, a cool stat of a team that played very, very well last month that could be on the precipice of winning, at least maybe even playing for a title. But two other teams, we'll get to that in a minute, two other teams with title aspirations had a doozy of a game this weekend. In fact, dare I say the NBA this weekend, outside of the Blazers situation, whatever the hell that is, very, very entertaining basketball this weekend. Spurs-Knicks was nice.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
Both Nuggets games were very good. Cleveland-Detroit, what was that? Was that Friday? Cleveland-Detroit with the buzzer that got stuck on? That was a nice game despite no Donovan Mitchell. It's always fascinating to me when like the best players are out and a game goes to overtime against a fully stocked other team. But that's what
Cade getting his sixth foul was like,
I know.
Let him play.
I know. But the NBA was kind of nice over the weekend. And, in our sports world right now, that's kind of what we got because I don't know if you watched the Timbers game this weekend, but that was not a fun thing to watch. That was not entertaining.
2-0 does not underscore what that match
was. That game could have been 6-0, no problem.
It was a rough.
So a shout out to the NBA for giving me something to really dive into over the weekend.
Hey, Cavs Nets, you had James Harden actually playing, which that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
I know. I wonder how many games till the end that he actually plays. But the most entertaining game of the weekend, whether it's basketball or just pure chaos, is the Oklahoma City and the Denver Nuggets. Boy, before we get right into it, I think there's a little saucy rivalry growing right
you
there.
You think?
Those are two teams that do not like each other, do not respect each other, and do not want to play each other. And I'm curious what happens if they meet in the playoffs. If Denver gets Aaron Gordon back,
well, yeah,
what that looks like.
I mean, Aaron Gordon is super valuable to Denver, but also you had the last two MVPs in Jokic and SGA just chucking shots.
Yeah,
neither of those guys is efficient.
No, not the prettiest game from shooting, but it all boiled down to late in the game. The Thunder, I don't remember who made the basket. I think it was in the fourth quarter. Somebody in the Thunder makes the basket, and Jokic starts rolling up the court, and there's Lou Dort, sticks his fat booty and a leg out, and hip checks Jokic, who goes to the ground. Chaos ensues. Jokic gets up, goes straight at Lou Dort, who is then approached by J-Dub. And then...
That's the thing is, first of all, this OKC team, Dort's their biggest guy. Like, as far as, like...
Size? Well, yeah, it ain't Chet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
it ain't Chet.
Hartenstein, okay, but like...
Hartenstein's a big guy.
But, like, they don't have juice.
J-Dub is thick.
Yeah, there's no, like, Jokic is...
Dort, sorry, excuse me, is thick.
Like, Jokic is a monster.
It's a big guy.
And he's also a Balkan crazy. I mean, Google his brothers, they're terrible humans. Like, they are. They and they're monsters of epic proportion. I saw somebody's like, I've never seen Jokic this mad before. Really? You didn't see him take a 10-foot run-up and two-hand shove a Morris twin into the middle of the back and damage his back so bad he missed the rest of the season?
Yeah.
You missed that?
When Jalen Williams walks up to Nikola Jokic to try to de-escalate and Jokic gets that fire in his
crazy
face.
Eyes.
Dude, you might be right. There might be a time in which I missed it. I don't know if I've seen Jokic look like that.
Oh, no.
All of a sudden,
the Morris one was, that dude was out of control.
Dude, I don't want to bag on him because I got the worst teeth in the world, but like Jokic's teeth look like they turned color because he had to become a villain. Like he had to turn into a Bond villain. His face got paler, his teeth got like yellow-green, and his eyes looked real crazy.
He turned into Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
No.
He turned into Ivan Drago.
No, I mean, look.
I've never seen Jokic like that. He looked like he was going to kill somebody.
And the thing is what Dort did dirty?
Yes.
I don't know if it was dirty. It was right on the edge of it.
If it's not dirty, it's at minimum bush.
Yes, there we go. It's very much bush
But
league.
you say unnecessary?
Unnecessary is a good one. Like, when I think of dirty, for me, it's undercutting a guy at the basket, Draymond doing the leg kick to the balls,
Draymond jumping on a dude's back.
bear hugging somebody on the rebound box.
And you see Zaza Pachulia has going on?
Yeah, everything Zaza ever did, basically.
However, okay, Bush League, now this is going to teeter a little on the some people deserve to get punched in the face.
Sure.
Which I don't believe in.
Firmly agree.
Bush League just means you're too scared to actually do something.
Oh, for sure.
That Bush League to me is punching a guy knowing the fight's going to get broken up
Oh, you
before
mean
he can throw
Carmelo
another
Anthony
one.
sucker punching Channing Frye and backpedaling 20 feet?
Like, that's Bush League because you might be a bitch.
I mean, again, there's a lot of that in the league.
If I'm Lou Dort, I would actually go out and say, yeah, I did that on purpose because I sometimes play dirty because I'd rather be a dirty player than a Bush.
That's fair.
I would.
What is it? Is it Bush League bordering on dirty? Sure. If you want to say it's dirty, fine. I'm not going to argue that.
Not
that
all
much.
dirty is Bush League.
No, you're not wrong.
But all Bush League is dirty.
Like Raja Bell clotheslining Kobe Bryant. I stood up and applauded. I was very good. Very good. I like that, Raja. Thank you for that. But, Jokic, bro. Come on.
I don't understand.
And like just throws himself over it. Look,
Jokic, like all superstars in the NBA, have some real bad flopping.
Oh,
Luka's bad at
God.
it. LeBron
It was
is terrible at
look,
it.
Dort's got a big butt, but Jokic like threw himself 4 feet over. I'm just like, come on,
You saw Kat got
man.
the offensive foul.
Yeah.
Wemby drew the offensive foul, and Kat looked at him and looked at the ref. He goes, "He's 7'5", 240. What do you mean I knocked him over?
Yeah, it's like,
Of course I did.
yeah, it's like I've got 55.
And there was a
pounds
little
on him.
bit of a flop there on old Wemby.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It happens.
cool.
I gotta love that. But it's like, come on, like again, that stuff. You can't throw yourself on the ground like that and then get that pissed off. You gotta just kind of take it and then stand up and then get pissed off. You don't get to have both. That's what irritated me about it.
I'm here to have both.
No. You don't get to self-aggrandize, do all that, and then get up that mad.
Can I argue that he was trying to make sure the ref saw that it was intentional?
I mean, you can do that pretty easy. Like, Steven Adams is the most notorious one in the league as far as, like, Draymond Green split him down the middle with that kick.
Yeah.
Steven Adams had every right in the world to lay that man out in the middle of the floor, and nobody would have cared.
Dare I say I might take Draymond Green in a street fight against Steven Adams?
Oh, I would not.
Never.
I'm not talking about strength, dude.
I don't
No,
care. No.
in a street fight,
in a street
never.
dude, I think Draymond pulls some real dirty
Steven
stuff.
Adams will tear that man apart.
He also seems very nice. Draymond does not seem very
Oh,
nice.
I can tell you some stories.
So tell me some
No,
stories.
we can't do it here. Steven Adams is not to be tried.
I wouldn't try Steven
Here's the
Adams.
thing.
I like
God,
Steven
no.
Adams. Draymond, though, I'll catch me outside.
The scariest guys.
I'll fight Draymond.
The scariest guys are the ones that, when it gets the wildest, smile.
And that's kind of what...
That's Steven Adams. That's
but
James Johnson.
Jokic had kind of...
ding, 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 ding.
Jokic kind of had that, too.
Oh,
that
no.
look on his
No,
face
no,
was a
Jokic-
little bit of a smile.
No, Jokic is insane. I mean that in a complimentary manner. He is absolutely like, look, man, most of those Balkan dudes are nuts.
Yeah.
Like
they come from war-torn countries.
yes. Here's
Probably our fault.
well, no. Like, this is my whole thing. Like, when you talk about players from particular regions, Canadian players are bat-ass crazy, like, and not in the fun way. Balkan players are bonkers crazy. Like,
What's the difference between bat-ass and bonkers?
cheeky shenanigans for not even cheeky shenanigans. The cruel shenanigans are the Canadian players. Lou Dort, Canadian.
I hate that this continues to happen.
Go down the list. They're all nuts, and it's not in a fun way. Like Dylan Brooks, not fun. Jamal Murray, not fun. It's just like,
I like Jamal Murray.
eh.
I like Jamal Murray.
But the Balkans dudes,
I love SGA. I
like,
love Shaden.
They're all.
I want a PDX carpet Shaden jersey.
Ah,
I know. I'll get beat up in the station if I roll in with that.
yes.
I told Sprague that. He goes, "Don't. I'll punch you."
Both those guys, they were talking about that off air once, and I was like, Harris wants one. They're like, shocking.
Well, I like the PDX
It's
carpet
the worst
jersey.
one.
I love that
I will
jersey.
tell you, it's their number one seller.
See?
Like, hands down.
we all can't be stupid.
No, it's their number one seller. But Balkan players, man, they're a different level of crazy. They just are. Like, if you ever want to like watch crazy basketball and crazy fans, just flip on any overseas basketball in the Balkans. Like you see Red Star Belgrade or something like that. Their fans, they don't have like flares. Like, they're starting fires in the stands. Like, they've got to have. I think it might actually be Red Star. They have so much power as a fan base that the mayor of the city meets with them.
Well, I think it's Belgrade. I think you are correct also that when you go out onto the pitch, you go through these like World War II cement tunnels, and there are dudes with large automatic weapons.
Yes.
To protect you.
Yes. Like
That's
again,
scary.
that's what that
I'm
fandom
not
is
into that.
over there. When you get into the Balkans, man, it is just something different. Now they grow up playing a different game too, but also those guys they're they're tough. They are. It's just different living, man. It's in them.
Well, the Western Conference playoffs are going to be absolutely juicy, especially it was a nice game between Denver and Minnesota as well over the weekend. There is a team that we did kind of mention, but not a whole lot in this, that had a wonderful month of February. Does this continue, and will this team, not can, because I know they can, will this team be competing at the end for a title? There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers took some losses over the weekend, falling to the Charlotte Hornets 109-93, and then once again last night in Atlanta as the Hawks rallied to beat the Blazers 135-101. Blazers are off for the next 2 days, but are back on the road once more, taking on Memphis Wednesday at 5 p.m. Your Portland Timbers dropped their first game of the season, falling to the Colorado Rapids 2-0. Jimmer Forey received a red card in the 77th minute, forcing Portland to play a man down for the rest of the way, and Forey will be out for the Timbers' next match against Vancouver. Some NFL news for you, as the Houston Texans are acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade from the Detroit Lions. Lions will be getting offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 fourth-round pick, and a 2027 seventh-round pick. Since he's been drafted since 2019, Montgomery is just one of 5 players to reach at least 6,000 rushing yards and 50 touchdowns. Finally, the Kansas City Chiefs continue to free up cap space for the offseason, as they have informed right tackle Jawan Taylor that he will be released before the start of the new league year. The move will save $20 million against the salary cap, allowing Kansas City to be underneath the cap when the league starts on March 11th. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you
Coming up next, we'll get to Web Gems, everybody's favorite. One last little nuggie from the Combine. See if I can't get Danny all fired up about it. But I don't know if he can even bail this out. So we'll get to that in 15
I'll give you a
minutes.
chance.
I'll give you a chance. I will give you the floor. I will give you the opportunity. But I found this crazy fun stat that came across my timeline over the weekend. This team in the NBA in the month of February was undefeated. They led the league with 124.8 points per game, 31.6 assists per game, 12 straight wins to get into the month of March. That would be the San Antonio Spurs. Look, I don't know, Danny, what to make of the West right now in the best way possible. I think it feels a little open to me. I'm starting to regret my Houston take a little bit. But I think with Durant, you never know. So I'm not fully off that board, but I don't love it as much as I did at the beginning of the year. That size all of a sudden isn't quite translating as I thought it would. I don't want to be like the duh in the room right now, but this San Antonio Spurs team can win a title right now. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're on the Wemby train, and I get that. I'm on the Wemby train too. At the beginning of the season, I just didn't think they were ready. You know, like
Here's the
I didn't
thing
think
about
that
ready, though.
I didn't think that their peak was close enough. And boy, this team in February versus this team in September, night and day.
The thing about ready is when you have a player that can make a case of being the best player on the planet, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fair.
Ready doesn't matter.
Fair.
Wemby right now is, God, it's a lot to say. He's the best defensive player to ever play the game.
Yeah, probably. And he's only been around for what, three years?
So you pair that with his
2 full seasons.
his defensive ability, his offensive ability, and you just start going, what am I supposed to do with this? So on the season, the San Antonio Spurs have the 4th best point differential, trailing only Oklahoma, Detroit, and Boston. Okay,
Oklahoma, Detroit, and Boston. That's
Oklahoma City being number 1.
Yes, Oklahoma City, Detroit, and Boston. They have 3 players that could all be the MVP right now in Jalen, Cade, and Shea.
And Wemby.
And Wemby. I also think all 4 of those teams have the best likelihood at this point of being in the finals.
In the finals,
Detroit
yes.
and Boston in the East.
And that's the thing is, like, they also play in the East. You know what I mean? It's like that, so you're going to see a little bit of that's a little bit of a bump. But over the last 2 weeks, the Spurs have the number 1 point differential plus 16. They have the number 2 offense, the number 3 defense. That's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. When you take a look at player impact, sorry, my tab just crashed on me because my laptop's fighting for its life again. What Wemby does, okay? You're talking about a big who's under 22 years old, who's in the 98th percentile in usage. Okay, 7'5", 7'6" guys, they don't ever have that. That's not what they do. So he's already in this insane position. Wemby leads the league in block percentage. He's in the 63rd percentile in steal percentage. He's in the 99th percentile for offensive rebound rate. Like, it's like, okay, so this guy's a defensive rebounding rate. His offensive rebounding, because he plays out on the perimeter, is down. But you're talking about the number 1 rim protector, a guy who's elite in steals, who is an unbelievable defensive rebounder, who, when you talk about his scoring, you're talking about a guy, again, who's 7'5", 7'6", however you want to categorize it. He's able to score from every level, and there's nothing you can do with him. Oh, and by the way, he's 22 years old. The path that we saw SGA on, SGA is 26 now, I believe.
Sounds right. Yeah, 25, 26.
Let me pull it up. I know I've got it right here. I think he's 26, which is like, that's your prime.
Sure.
So Wemby's, again, you're talking about MVP winner, right? When you're talking about a guy doing this at this age, we don't see this.
Yeah.
Like that. So when you have a guy that's this unique, this is LeBron taking the Cavs to the finals the first time. Like, this doesn't happen. Guys this young don't do this.
Over the month of February, that includes, let's see, 10-point win over Oklahoma City.
Chase 27. My bad.
Almost 30 points over the Lakers. Almost 13 points over the Warriors. There is a 10-point win over Detroit. Close game against Toronto. That streak snaps, losing to New York. What I would counter, though, Danny, is I think that as great as Wemby is, I think this team has more players than I think we really realized.
Oh, they do.
I mean, Steph Castle is bona fide in my book. De'Aaron Fox is the, dare I say, veteran presence that they needed. Harrison Barnes has been solid for him. Dylan Harper is finally starting to come along. They've hit on their draft picks in Castle, obviously Wemby, Castle, Harper. Carter Bryant is putting in shifts for them. But it's the De'Aaron Foxes of the world
And the Keldon Johnsons.
and the Keldon Johnsons of the world that are making this work. And I think at the beginning of the year, that's something they had a lot of unknowns. You know, can Wemby stay healthy a whole season? What does Dylan Harper look like? De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, is that going to work together? The answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes on everything.
They're
what has
doing
not
it.
worked for them this year?
Well, that's the thing is they're doing it right now. These guys aren't anywhere near their peaks. Like, I don't think they're going to win a title because they're going to have to go. You have to go get tested first.
Yeah.
Like, Wemby's going to go out there. He's probably going to have a playoff game where he just lays an egg. And, is he really this guy?
Or someone's going to really push him around.
Yeah, and
someone's going to say, I'm not taking that,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go after you. And the refs loosen up a little bit.
They do. And so,
as they should.
And do I think they're going to win a title? No. But did I pick the Spurs and the Pistons to be in the finals to start the season? Yes.
Yeah.
Because I looked at what they had and I went, they're not even optimized, but that guy is so good. And the rest of their team, again, yes, Wemby has the most insane physical tools we maybe have ever seen in the league. But they have just incredibly high IQ players up and down the roster. And they just get it.
Yeah, I wasn't quite there with Detroit and San Antonio at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wasn't there with the Knicks by any means. Boston was big for me in the East coming out. I know they didn't have Tatum, but I expected a giant year from Jaylen Brown. And whoopsies, Jaylen Brown is having a giant year. And out of the West, you know, I want Minnesota to take that step. I don't know if they're there. I was curious if the Nuggets would bounce back, and I liked the Thunder as well, and I was obviously high on the Rockets, and I kind of regret that. Detroit and San Antonio are in the same boat for me, that I wasn't ready for them at the beginning of the year. I knew they would improve. I knew Detroit was going to be a sexy pick, but I couldn't decide at the beginning of the year if it was going to be Detroit or the Magic, you know? And the Magic have proved to us that combination of guys maybe no so great down there. Great players, but maybe wrong combination.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Detroit or San Antonio to be at the effort that they are right now, and they easily could both be playing in the NBA Finals.
I mean, just as
Would the NBA hate that? No, because Wemby, but I don't think they want Detroit in.
so
Although Cade is great.
Putting a
if you're not watching Cade Cunningham, you need to watch Cade.
putting a filter of 200 possessions on 5-man groups. The Spurs have a lineup of Steph Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, and Victor Wembanyama. 277 possessions, right? Again, think about how young that group is. You have the old guy in Harrison Barnes is kind of the steadying presence, right?
De'Aaron Fox a little.
No Fox there. This is their.
Just using those guys.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's Castle, Vassell, Champagnie, Barnes, Wemby. They're in the 78th percentile. They are a plus 13.2 net rating. They are in the 86th percentile in effective field goal percentage. This is a team that is in the 9th percentile in turnover percentage. So you're looking at markers of like how they could get better. They turn the ball over way too much, but everything else they are above average or elite at. They're putting up 118.4 points per 100 possessions and holding opponents to 105.2. Like, the thing about this is what should scare you about the Spurs. They're this good, and they're nowhere near as good as they will be.
I know.
Like, that's the thing.
Dylan Harper was number 2 overall. He's going to be a starter.
And he's just starting to figure stuff out.
And the question is where is he going to start?
Mm-hmm. Do they move Vassell? Do they move Castle? Do they move Harper? Or do they take some of their draft capital that they have a ton of and pair that with somebody and go get somebody? Like, the paths they have, this is what we're, the ping pong balls bouncing your way are super helpful because you have Wemby. Every path is open.
Agreed.
But man, does it suck to watch that from the outside.
It really
but
does.
Man, is he fun to watch.
As Bleak says, one more ping pong ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. All right, when we come back, everybody's favorite web gems. The opposite of Kenyon Sadiq. Well, if you got lemons, make lemonade. 105.1 The Fan. All right, this is everybody's favorite web gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. A little preview of the big nooner here. One NFL team created a bunch of cap space, but what they going to do with it? Probably screw it up. A former top 5 NFL draft pick not too long ago could be available. And maybe the scariest thing that I never really thought about with our future AI overlords when it comes to college football. So a lot to get to in the big nooner. But, I found this, and I was trying to look at the audio, and it didn't quite translate. Like, if you close your eyes and just listen to what he had to say, it didn't really do justice, so I don't have it. I didn't think it was necessary. We talked last hour about Kenyon Sadiq and his great combine performance, and obviously the great season he had at Oregon, and the most probably underrated part of his combine is his interviews, and how people are saying, I've never interviewed somebody as well as him. He clearly knows what he's doing. He would come in and tell me what other people's jobs are, and that's great. The flip side of that, Danny, is your boy Makai Lemon.
He looked like he was on drugs.
He looked like he was on drugs. The weird swaying thing he had
Yeah, we saw it on
Friday.
Yeah, we were like, what is he doing?
It was really strange. Now, he's got kind of a high-pitched voice, which is a little, I don't know, throws you off when you don't hear football players talk, and then they talk, and you're kind of like, whoa, didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Did not expect that. But there are also stories coming out in which he has absolutely bombed his interviews.
Like, does he not want to go to like whatever team that's there, and he's trying to sabotage it? Like, I don't know, man, because the reports at him at USC weren't that.
Let's see. According to Braden Fehoko, am I saying that right?
No idea.
I talked to a scout just now who said he didn't know what Makai Lemon's motive was behind his combine interviews, but whoever advised the kid needs to be fired. Absolutely bombed it, word for word. NFL draft analyst Anthony Russo, Jets insider Chris Nimbley echoed the same sentiment. Speaking to others, I'm not hearing very good things about Makai Lemon as well. Not anything extreme, but not exactly ringing endorsements. Quote unquote, disaster.
Yeah, I mean,
He was my number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
I like how he plays bigger than his actual size. I think he looks at balls and goes up and gets them and says, that ball's mine.
Yeah.
And I love that attitude. But just watching his body language, again, I don't know if he's trying to tank his draft stock to get somewhere good, quote unquote. But he went from my number one guy on the board to, I'm not interested.
I mean,
I'll go find a receiver in the second or third round if he's off the board.
he speed ran the Antonio Brown experience.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you went from like,
He cheated it.
yeah, it's like, but the thing was, is like Makai was never a dude who was a problem. Like Antonio Brown was a problem in college. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is a legitimate job interview. That's what this is. So for you to go out there and go full psycho crazy diva wide receiver
Full tilt.
there,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I wonder, I'd have to pull one up. I wonder how bad this will hurt his draft status.
I mean, his talent's overwhelming, so it won't tank him.
It won't tank him, but let's see.
Does it drop him out of the first round?
Yeah, let's
Does
look
it
at.
drop him to 22?
No, yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, you don't
I
have
did-
you don't have Tomlin to take care of him anymore, though.
Again, we love USC receivers regardless.
Yeah.
The
That's
top comment on this post is, we're about to get a live experiment in whether the Steelers' approach to drafting wide receivers is the same without Tomlin.
Whatever that third-round pick, again, the third-round pick that we got from Dallas for trading away George Pickens, whatever we do with that third-round pick, that'll be the answer.
So 6 days ago, I've referenced this we did this at the end of last week. This is Mel Kiper's. Mel's not my favorite guy anymore. But it's, I don't know, it's always the first one that pops up when I Google it. He had Makai Lemon at 8 to the Saints. Let's see, I believe the second wide receiver off the board. Yes, the second wide receiver off the board behind Carnell Tate at 6. If you're Makai at 8, I mean, I could see it drop to 12 or 13. Watch the Dallas Cowboys take him.
Don't wish that on him.
Denzel Boston's stock only just went up.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Jordan Tyson's a little like, I'm not sure where we all are on Jordan Tyson. But this mock draft has Baltimore taking Jordan Tyson at 14. If Makai Lemon is on the board and Jordan Tyson's on the board, I mean, Tyson's not squeaky clean himself.
No.
But I might take the Tyson because he's not on drugs at the combine.
Yeah,
Not that he's on drugs, but appears to be.
looked like it.
It sure looked like it.
Am I surprising you with this take?
No, because I think it's that egregious.
Yeah, no, it's like-
No, you're not surprising me because there's no
There's no bad for that.
Bro, I don't know if Makai Lemon's mama's back in this. She'd be like, boy, what's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
like you're
If I looked that, my mother would be calling me instantly.
like you might be throwing away
I look like
millions.
this, and I'm sober, and my mom calls me, asking
Right.
me why I look so stupid on YouTube.
Don't ever pause it. It's one of those things. It's like you never get a good freeze frame.
No.
But the you're throwing at bare minimum. It's like God, who was it? The offensive lineman Tunsil. You know, the picture leaks of him,
Laremy Tunsil.
with the gas mask, and that was like, was his stepdad was looking to sabotage him or something like that? It's like, man, you got to be on your P's and Q's between now and the draft.
I mean, look, you ever gas masked high?
No,
It's amazing.
Ugh.
I don't pull my phone out and take a picture, though.
But it's like the whole idea of like,
I mean, I haven't done it in 20 years.
this is one of those things, sure.
haven't.
This is one of those things where it's like, this is where the people around you matter the most. Look, the NFL, especially if you're a top draft pick, especially if you're like a quarterback or something like that, or if you have marks around you, James Pierce, their security firms, both with teams and in the NFL, they know.
They'll go look.
They're going to go find stuff.
They'll dig it up.
So you better answer those questions, but also you show up to this combine where it's an interview. That's what this is. This is their impression of you. Yeah, they're talking to you during pro days and stuff like that, but like, bro, what are you like? You're throwing away millions of dollars because why?
If you show up and are just kind of average in your interviews, everything stays the
Fine.
same. You go 8th overall to the New Orleans Saints, and you're catching balls from Tyler Shuck and eating gumbo, jambalaya, etouffee, and beignets.
Making $10 million a year as a rookie.
Sounds nice to me. I would
Yeah.
like to do that.
Sounds terrible, right?
Are we blowing this out of proportion? Is this similar to a Cody Bellinger situation where he just looks the part?
Well, no, somebody's still going to take him in the first round.
No,
like he's
because-
that good.
No, because I think Cody got a lot of bad rep that was also a little put on him. He's a Nepo kid, so that's kind of tough. And being in L.A., he's got a hot mom and all that stuff. Yes and no. That's a real fence sit on me. I would say no, because Cody can play. And, well, damn it. Now I don't know if he can play. Casey just looked at me and turned his head to the side and was like, I don't know if I'd pay him $40 million a year.
I would. I think he's still worth it, but I just think the conversation is very different because I think it's the same scenario, but I think the conversation about it is very different because one's a wide receiver and one's a center fielder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, one of those positions is notoriously crazy. And I don't know why we allow it. I really don't understand. Oh, he's just a crazy diva wide receiver. It's like, how about you just not be?
No, you have to be
Because-
crazy to run 20 miles an hour across the middle knowing that there's a brick wall that could snap your
And
neck
when
off.
you catch the ball, all of a sudden the crowd goes nuts.
It's
The
just,
crowd doesn't go nuts when the quarterback throws it. It's when the guy catches it and 2 touches in the ground
You can't
in
be
the
all-
end zone.
You can't be all there with
Yeah.
knowing everything.
but we've seen guys
Bill
do it.
Bellamy in any given Sunday looking at the mirror. I am the greatest ever.
But that's the thing is like you don't have to do that. You can be Larry Fitzgerald. You can be Tim Brown. Like you can.
Those guys are Hall of Famers.
I know, but like maybe that's the guy you should follow.
Maybe you got to be crazy to make up for your lack of Hall of Fame talent. I don't know.
That's just it's disappointing to say the least. Like from a guy for sure, because this is a guy that was the best wide receiver in college football last year.
Definitely.
He was just.
He was my pick. I mean, I loved him.
It's just one of those
I
things
think
where
he's
like,
great.
I don't care if he went to USC. I don't care if he went to South Carolina. Like I don't care. Like when
With
a guy
your
is,
USC honk, I have to be anti-USC guys, and
Well,
I
I
like
know.
Makai Lemon.
But that's the thing is like I don't. When you see a guy that's this talented go out there and make a fool of himself, you're like, what are you doing, dude?
yeah.
Like it'd be like if Fernando Mendoza, like, perfect example. Mark Sanchez had like one of the best like nice guy resumes in college sports, and then even with the butt fumble, he seemed to recover from that. Now we're finding out that the night that he got in the parking lot fight, he was on coke, he was on fentanyl, he was on something else, like and hammered as could be. It was
Crazy.
Like, he was out of his freaking mind. It's like, what are you doing, dog? Just like, it's just man. Again, I hope Makai was just having a really bad week, but when everybody is saying your interview sucked,
Multiple days.
that's a problem.
Coming up in the Big Nooner, we've got a lot more NFL to get into, but it starts with a little bit of AI and how scary these overlords can be. Loaded final hour, Stick with us, 105.1 The Fan.
Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers took some losses over the weekend. They fell to the Charlotte Hornets 109-93, and then once again last night in Atlanta as the Hawks rallied to beat the Blazers 135-101. Blazers are off for the next 2 days but are back on the road once more, taking on Memphis Wednesday at 5 p.m. Your Portland Timbers dropped their first game of the season, falling to the Colorado Rapids 2-0. Jimmer Forey received a red card in the 77th minute, forcing Portland to play a man down the rest of the way, and Forey will be out for the Timbers' next match against Vancouver. Some NFL news for you as the Houston Texans are acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade with the Detroit Lions. Lions will be getting offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick, and a 2027 7th-round pick. And since he's been drafted back in 2019, Montgomery is just one of 5 players to reach at least 6,000 rushing yards and 50 rushing touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs continue to free up cap space for their offseason as they have informed right tackle Jawan Taylor that he will be released before the start of the new league year. The move will save $20 million against the cap, allowing Kansas City to be underneath it when the league starts on March 11th. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10.
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harrison Meringue. Do this bad boy every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thanks for being a part of our day. We are happy to be a part of yours. After us, we'll turn the reins over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2, and then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then it's primetime, baby. Isaac and Suk from 3 to 7 take you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous, regional sports talk radio. Hey, guess what, guys? Fan Madness is back. Join the Fan Thursday, March 19th and Friday, March 20th for the 2 most exciting days of basketball at Tom's Watch Bar at A Casino Resort in Ridgefield. Dirt and Sprague, this show, Happy Hour, and Prime Time with Isaac and Suk, all broadcasting live throughout the day. Don't miss a minute of the action. Play hooky with the fan for Fan Madness, brought to you by A, Window Nation, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, and Video Only. Some of our favorite people we have, the part of this station, so shout out to them as well. March 19th and 20th at A Casino Resort. A lot to get to this hour. Tell me a top 4 pick, more wide receivers in the news. Top 4 pick from just a few years ago might be available, and for what? Sign me up. Also, these guys are going to have this much cap space. That could be something fascinating. But this came across my timeline this weekend, Danny, and I'm not going to lie to you, it scared the ever-living bejesus out of me. Look, one thing that I think is very fortunate about you and I in our age and our kind of generations, however you want to label them, whatever you want to call them, I feel very, very lucky that we grew up in a time where computers were not really a thing. But then as they became a thing, we grew with them. So we don't feel completely technologically shortcomings, whatever that word I'm trying to say is. You know, like some of the older generation struggles with cell phones, computers, laptops, music editing, etc., whatever it might be. We were pretty lucky that we kind of grew up as they were growing up, so we got taught it. I'm starting to think AI is a little bit of that way with me. Now I am older, so I can kind of like throw double birds at AI and say I'm not really interested in you, but I am aware of it, how it works, and how I could use it. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I know. I'm just making sure I'm not talking like an idiot here. There are reports coming out of football players, recruits, using AI to create fake highlight plays.
Is that surprising to anyone?
It is to me because I'm an idiot and I didn't think about it that far. But College Transfer Portal, which is a Twitter page, I looked at some of these. Dude, they look real. They look real.
Yeah.
They look real. You know how high school footage always has kind of like that grainy little look to it and stuff? I put the link on our page if you want to see it, Danny. But I'm looking at these videos, dude, and they look legit. This quarterback drops back and throws this gorgeous high-arcing bomb to this kid who catches it over 2 defenders in the end zone. I'm like, damn, that's nice. That looks really good. I don't know what you have to do as a college football recruit to know this. Is it just I don't want to see your tape anymore, and now I have to hire more people on my staff to go see kids in their games because otherwise I can't do it? I don't know. I don't know. Casey, like, you're one of the younger guys. I mean, this obviously shouldn't shock you or shock anybody, but how are we supposed to evaluate high school kids if I don't know what to trust?
I think that's where you're reliant on connections with coaches.
Yeah, because coaches will tell you the truth.
Coaches they'll tell you the good things and the bad things, what the kid needs to work on. So I think probably just the relationship between college coaches or college recruits and high school coaches, probably the most important.
The whole AI of it all is every single part of this is being pushed, not just in this world, like the sports world, but like wherever it is. It's the idea of like, oh, it's going to make this easier. It's going to make this thing better. It's going to so much of the business leverage of it has been like, oh, we're going to increase productivity and we're going to do this at the cost of like corporate knowledge.
Sure.
And it's one of those things like, it's going to make things better. It's like, it has its place, but you would take the job space in general. Like if you're Casey's age and you're applying for a job somewhere, number one, there's a 99% chance you're using AI to write your resume.
Without a doubt.
Number two,
cover letter, it's 100%.
It's 100% that if it's a company that's not a small business of like 5-10 people, they're using an AI software
to read
it. And if it doesn't have these particular words that are in the job description, it doesn't even make the pile.
AI doing AI? AI reading AI?
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
There's a line in Star Wars.
And it's
C-3PO says, machines making machines.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, it's so dystopian in a sense of like I make the joke about it's becoming Skynet, but like, yeah, it is. But like there was a writer somewhere that found a way to, I can't remember what AI service it was. I think it was ChatGPT. Like he wrote a bunch of fake articles about how he was the best hot dog eating media member in the country. And he published them like to his Substack kind of a deal. And he did enough of them in enough different places to where if you run ChatGPT and ask who's the best hot dog eating media member in the United States, it pulls his name up and it has like this whole story about how it's this, and this. You can just tell
flood the algorithm.
Yes. Like there's a way that you can actually break it because this whole idea of it being AI. Number one, it's not AI. It's a scanning system. It's not artificial intelligence. We call everything AI, and it's not AI. It's just computing. That's all it's doing.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
And so, like, this whole idea of, like, no way, a kid took a tool that isn't good for him and decided to use it in an intention of, like, maybe not thinking his way all the way through it. It's like, we did this with cars.
Yeah. Zach on the YouTube makes a great point. Like, you can get legit AI for $10 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
it's all very dumb. Like the number of
going to the clouds, guys. Fist in the air.
No,
I'm yelling at clouds. Get off my lawn.
It is, but it's like the fact that somebody would go do this. Like this does not surprise me because every new tool that we get, no matter what it is,
I know
we didn't have we had identity theft, but it was the old school grifters of the world, like the scams and the cons that used to have back in the day, take the Paul Newman, The Sting, what I mean? Like that, it was,
God, what a great movie.
Oh, great movie. But like I got caught with a identity theft scandal before identity theft was a big thing. I was in Afghanistan in 2003 and somebody bought a boat in Florida. I had to fight with a bank for 6 months in order to get that dropped, and it ruined my credit for like 5 years. And I had pictures.
Did you have a boat?
No, I didn't have a boat. That was the thing. Is I didn't even have a boat.
Nice boat?
I don't. No. Yeah, it was like a $40,000 boat.
Hey, that's a nice boat.
But I
Fishing?
I had pictures, I had
Marlin?
videos, I had orders of me in Afghanistan. And I'm like, this was purchased in Florida. And the bank was like, sucks to suck. I will never, ever use that bank again. They might be a client here at some point in time, so I'll be nice. But like that whole thing was just like the proliferation of computing power. That's what allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
It's the whole idea of like, the nuclear bomb, when like, have you seen Oppenheimer, right? Like the whole idea of like, what if this thing like lights the atmosphere on fire? There's a non-0% chance that
We all died.
the entire atmosphere burns. It's like, but we did it, and it's like, should we have? Like it's like one of those things. Like the whole AI
Ian
thing.
Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
We're
like-
so busy trying to figure out how to do it, we never asked ourselves why.
Yes, should we do it? Like it's like that's the thing. It's like the whole idea of AI. Like should it be this mass proliferated thing? I know this is like a grandiose discussion, but it's like, are we shocked that some 16-year-old kid was like, maybe I can do this, and then they show up and they see like you're
I think I'm more mad at myself that I didn't think about that. I was like, kids are doing this? I know, dude, because I'm old and I'm checked out.
Do you know
I
how
should
many
have had a dunk mixtape.
right?
I should have been dunking,
Rivaling Austin Rivers, and it was like, I played against
breaking
him.
backboards.
But see, I
He's
wouldn't
not
even think
6'4".
about the fact that if I had Casey's discography of all his rap lyrics, I could put it in AI and come out with a new mixtape by Lowercase.
There you
Right?
go.
I can do that, can't I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
See, that's
Trust me,
terrifying.
I've thought about it.
You
Doesn't
always,
work very well.
yeah, I know. You always think about it, right? I showed my kids the movie Tron this weekend. That was a fascinating watch because although it's like super 80s out, my kids were like, "Is this like AI?" And I was like, "Sure is." Except for the files are in the computer.
It's all very dumb.
This high draft pick wide receiver from a couple years ago could be available for a limited price. Would you take a shot on this, or is this all garbage? We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
The
Coming up next, there's a bunch of cap space, and we'll try and figure out ways how they're going to blow this one like they always do. But let's get into the NFL here a little bit. Bo Bishop of 97.1 The Fan in Columbus, also the Cleveland Browns Daily, made a statement where he said the Arizona Cardinals view the issues with Marvin Harrison Jr. have nothing to do with Kyler Murray, and a new quarterback won't help, saying that he is also available and could be had for a second-round pick. Am I crazy to think I would do that in a heartbeat?
If I could make a phone call to Omar Khan right now, I would.
I'm not familiar with Bo Bishop's work. I don't know if he's hot takey or if he's plugged in or what. So I'll preface with that. But if you're telling me I can go get Marvin Harrison Jr., look, I know last year wasn't great, but really, well, their tight end, I guess, had a great year.
Yeah. It's really, really good. Trey Wright's really good.
But Arizona's been a disaster, and offensively, too. Look, I think Jacoby Brissett was a lot better last year than I would have ever anticipated him to be, but I can't help but think Marvin Harrison Jr.'s issues are probably more quarterback-driven. Now, if he's gotten into his head, are those not driven because quarterback play sucked?
I would also argue Marvin Harrison Jr. was a bit of a problem coming out.
I mean, that is Nepo life to the ultimate.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. I will say nothing about Marvin Harrison Sr.
No, great man. Love him. Human.
Wonderful dude.
Love you, dude.
There you go.
Are we not just going to keep betting on Ohio State receivers?
I mean, there's no doubt about the talent. But, like, there were plenty of markers against him. And remember, he was supposed to be, like, a step below Jeremiah Smith, like the best wide receiver we had seen, blah, blah, blah. When you're that good, it doesn't matter your quarterback play. You find a way. And he hasn't, and he's kind of popped up in little head casey things. So
he
it's
did
like,
miss half the season for appendicitis.
True. But also at the combine, too, he didn't go full Mekhi Lemon, but didn't exactly acquit himself there. Remember?
Yeah, there's also the Kyler Murray situation of being a weirdo and preferring video games.
Oh, for sure.
Over to his job.
100%.
But I wonder if some of that is a little situational, a little environmental, especially with a young kid coming in. You think second-round pick's too high if he is available?
Look, again, talent is overwhelming, but how much crazy do you want on your team?
Well, that's the thing, too. I think the Cleveland Browns is a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are, I don't know, if you're the Rams and you need another wide receiver, if Casey Steelers want another wide receiver.
Yes, please.
I mean, I don't know if DK Metcalf and Marvin Harrison Jr. are the best combination together.
I would love that.
I know you would, but from a
For a
head case
season.
standpoint, I'm not sure.
That regardless.
But if you put him in a place with less crazy, maybe that works.
Where is there less crazy? There's always crazy on NFL rosters, and it's like,
Oh, sure, but less crazy. Again, I don't think putting him next to DK is a good idea.
Mhm.
Putting him next to a JSN would be a good idea. I don't know if putting him next to a Puka Nacua is a good idea, but maybe next to a Brandon Jennings.
Here's the thing: there's
Or
always
Juwan Jennings.
there's always
no,
a,
he's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Although I love the pink mohawk.
there's a sliding scale of
that.
crazy to good, and it seems to be wider for wide receivers. And I just, as I get older, maybe this is me shaking my fist at the cloud kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to put up with it, man. Like, for again, this is me putting on GM hat.
Are you the generational talent worth it?
Yeah, like
If not, then I don't want to deal with it.
that's kind of the thing. It's like, that's we talk about the 49ers and their ability to be risky with injuries.
Mhm. Risk tolerance,
Yes,
as you say.
Yes, their risk tolerance is high, but their risk tolerance with crazy isn't that high. They've packed everybody up who's gone crazy.
The second somebody goes crazy, they're like, we out.
Like
Debo left.
Look, injuries and
Ayuk,
bodies.
deuces.
Yeah, like
if Juwan Jennings goes this year, I'll agree with that sentiment. But Juwan Jennings had off-the-field issues. Got suspended for the Trayvon Moehrig situation.
But I think they are going to move on from Juwan Jennings.
but like that's the thing.
Because
is, like,
I think receivers, as we're seeing, you can find them.
unless you've got
And quarterbacks can make them.
look, and that's the thing is like unless you've got a top 5 guy, and that top 5 guy, it's not a specific situation. Like Tyreek Hill, like I never wanted it. Like even before the injuries, I never wanted to make that gamble.
I just thought he was fast.
But like
and he had Mahomes.
But also like the level of crazy on that team. You've got a quarterback, you've got a coach, you've got things that make sense. It's earlier in his career, all those things. But it's like even they were like, yeah, we're kind of good here.
Steelers did it best. Antonio Brown, time to go.
Like
Le'Veon Bell, time
Mike
to go.
Tomlin has had enough of you.
Santonio Holmes, time to go.
Bro, like, that's what I mean? It's like there's certain positions that, again, wide receiver being seemingly the foremost, that gets so much more leverage, so much more leeway, and it's just like, why? Why do they get it? I don't understand it.
Because of the eyeballs,
You
I
have
think.
to be able to extend the field.
Yeah,
I get that,
yeah,
but like
that and the on-field reason of you have to be able to extend, to Casey's point and to my point, eyeballs. Wide receivers make cool plays.
We just
They
came
do
off
cool
of the
things.
generation of quarterbacks who threw for 5,000 yards a season consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again,
Who they throwing to?
you got to throw to someone.
Yep.
It just I don't know, man. I just feel like maybe we've gone past the pale, and maybe there should be a correction in there. Again, it won't happen because you're not going to get 32 teams to do it. But it's like maybe stop being such a jerk.
I know.
The entitlement that comes with it. It's just like
I don't remember the stuff of Marvin Harrison Jr. in the combine. I don't really remember that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't remember. But unless, I mean, you're gonna is Mekhi Lemon gonna go in the top 10?
probably not. But again, that's a guy that I love.
But then what? From 8 to 12? Oh, gee shucks, that's not really going to change anything.
But
Marvin Harrison, they talked about he could be the best player in the draft that year, like number 1 overall player, and he fell because I bet you quarterbacks went in front of him.
But it's also just one of those situations like maybe it's a bit too altruistic. I don't know, man. I want to see organizations just be like, I've had enough.
I just remembered he was taken 4th overall because this is the quarterback draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm just
Joe Alt, Malik Neighbors, and J.C. Latham, and quarterbacks.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
There's J.J. McCarthy looking sexy.
Look, Niner going, was it 10?
10.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Roma Dunze in there as well. Great wide receiver. I love Rome.
Look.
And I hate Huskies.
It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was tired of it a long time ago. Like, again, my favorite wide receivers are the Fitzgeralds, the Tim Browns, like Mike Evans, again, with the exception of one cornerback.
Calvin.
Yep. But yeah, like just figure it out, man. I'm just so tired of this position getting so much more leash.
And I know of all the times that I've ever said that I'm tired, it's never tired about like being the GM to do the job. It's always about just being tired of the mental gymnastics.
Yeah, it's like
the
why?
grind. If I'm a GM and I got to go find another wide receiver, I'll do that grind. I'll happily do that grind. It's the I'm tired of this situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's at that particular position, man. It's just like, come on, can we just not?
Yeah. Contracts have been restructured for this team, opening up a huge cap number. Will they actually come through with it or continue to underperform per usual? We'll go there next. That's Casey Smith with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Trailblazers took some losses over the weekend, falling to the Charlotte Hornets 109-93, and then once again last night in Atlanta as the Hawks rallied to beat the Blazers 135-101. Blazers are off for the next 2 days, but are back on the road once more, taking on Memphis Wednesday at 5 p.m. Your Portland Timbers dropped their first game of the season, falling to the Colorado Rapids 2-0. Jimmer Forey received a red card in the 77th minute of play, forcing Portland to play a man down for the rest of the match, and Forey will be out for the Timbers' next match against Vancouver. Some NFL news for you as the Houston Texans are acquiring running back David Montgomery in a trade with the Detroit Lions. Lions will be getting offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick, and a 2027 7th-round pick. And since he's been drafted back in 2019, Montgomery is just one of 5 players to reach at least 6,000 rushing yards and 50 rushing touchdowns. Lastly, the Kansas City Chiefs continue to free up cap space for the offseason as they have informed right tackle Jawan Taylor that he will be released before the start of the new league year. This move will save $20 million against the salary cap for Kansas City, allowing them to be underneath the cap when the league starts on March 11th. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way, my friends, on this happy little Monday. We'll finish up here in the NFL. I saw this and I was like, dang, that's a lot of money. But then I saw who it was and I was like, dang, how they gonna screw this up? The Dallas Cowboys have restructured contracts with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith, creating $66 million in cap space for the 2026 season. That ain't bad, my man.
No, but also just goes to show you the NFL salary cap
Bonkers.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. So yes, the cap is going up next year by a decent margin, and I think it's like $20 million each team gets, 22 extra. But the Cowboys were $66 million. Now, like, let's take the star off the helmet here for a moment. Star off the helmet, the Cowboys need some work, but the Cowboys have some nice things. You know, Dak had maybe his best season of his career last year. CeeDee Lamb, you've said, not your Huckleberry, but a very, very good wide receiver. George Pickens, a very good number 2, an elite number 3. They have the opportunity to really try and do something here.
Sure. I'll believe that when I see it.
Sorry, yeah, I know. But
because, teams are really made through free agency.
And I know. But then we talked the other day about kind of this, is Max Crosby available? Like, what kind of is Hutchinson, or not Hutchinson, but Hendrickson in Cincinnati, is he available? And Jerry's out here saying, we're going to take swings. We're going to really look at $66 million gives you a lot of room to play with.
And that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It matters how you structure certain things, and the front ending, loading, signing bonuses, guaranteed money, all those kind of things. But again, when have the Cowboys been real great with money?
Well, never. And the problem is what they need themselves a defensive lineman, like a pass rusher. Weird. They had one. They need a couple pieces on the defense. And if they could acquire that, say, with their draft pick and a trade, say they go get a Max Crosby or a Hendrickson, depending on if they want exterior or interior line, or anybody else that might be available. My problem is that I just don't trust them to use the draft pick correctly. This is like, if Jeremiah Love's there, like, we're taking him. And it's like, yo, dude, that ain't what you need, amigo. You are one of the worst defenses in the NFL. You have to figure that out. That's the problem. It's as much as
almost like this draft has a lot of really good defensive players.
Dude, it's like I see this $66 million, and I'm no Cowboy fan. I mean, I'm not a hater. I just don't care. I see that 66, and I'm like, dude, that's a lot to play with.
It's more fun to hate them.
I kind of say, dude, that's a lot of money to play with.
It is.
You could do something really, really cool with that.
But who do you trust to actually make a difference with that? Do you trust, the Chiefs are moving money around. Do you trust them to get it right?
And the Chiefs had to move money around because they were just in cap hell.
I also think Dallas had to move money around because I don't think they want to let Pickens go. Pickens is going to cost them $28 million under the franchise tag this year.
And they want to sign him.
But he's got a non-exclusive, meaning that he can go talk other offers, go see what he's worth around the league.
Drive it up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets paid 33, 35.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere
Jerry
else,
loves to give money at the wrong time. Imagine Jerry franchise tags him, 2 years in a row, and then gives him the bag when he should have given the bag right now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we say. Jerry gave Dak Prescott the bag twice, both times too late.
It's one of those things where it's like, the Bengals or the forebearers of this, in the sense of they'll pay guys, but 2 years too late. It's like, pay Jamar earlier, pay T earlier, or trade them. Like the smartest teams in the league pay guys earlier, or they move them.
Without a doubt.
Like Pittsburgh. Look at the 49ers. They're like, you know what?
We're good.
We're good. Now, then they also made the mistake with Ayuk because, they had to move Deebo, so they're like, we got to do something here.
But is that on San Francisco for giving that contract?
Yes and no. The thing about it was, again, it only takes one team as it pertains to Pickens. There were multiple suitors for Ayuk.
I'm not a diehard Niners fan, so I don't know what the message boards say about Brandon Ayuk. But before he signed that deal, he seemed great.
Brandon Ayuk would have been a top 5 number 2 wide receiver anywhere else had he signed that deal and got traded out of San Francisco.
But ESPN and the big talking heads of the world built it into my head that George Pickens was a nutcase. Now, I didn't know he was. I didn't know that. Again, not a Steeler fan, not on message boards, but TV told me all day that George Pickens was a nut job. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, you got to get him out of there. Nobody said that to me about Brandon Ayuk, unless I'm just misremembering this. I don't think Ayuk was a bad contract when he signed it.
Not necessarily a bad contract, but there was wide receiver misgivings. We'll go with that. Like
fair.
There were he hadn't fully assumed the mantle of crazy wide receiver. But he also wasn't like careening down that course either. You know what I mean? There were signs, but he wasn't, out there waving the Antonio Brown flags. Like A.J. Brown has been heading down this path for a little while.
Sure.
Like it wasn't a shock to all of a sudden see A.J. Brown a little too hard.
I think the difference is we're not seeing A.J. Brown, abusing women or children. Driving by the stadium with middle fingers. He just hates everybody he works with.
Sure.
I hate everybody I work with. It's easy.
I think the difference was
Come on, Danny.
with
nothing. I set you up there.
No, I said yeah.
I tried to set you up there.
You're in my world. Welcome.
Let the hate flow.
with that situation, I felt like the Ayuk situation, it was not necessarily we are backed into a corner, but we feel that the corner is getting a little bit closer. Versus, the Pickens situation, you're in a corner.
You're crawling up the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like the smartest teams, not that they doesn't happen to them, but for the most part they avoid it.
Look, I'm starting to get a little bit to the point where if the Cowboys actually got this right, I might go, good job, guys. I'm glad.
Blind squirrel nut. I mean,
yeah, at some point.
Just think about the money that they've handed out over the years. It's just whether it's at the running back position, at the quarterback position. Hey, Trayvon Diggs, anybody?
And they just re-signed Javonte Williams.
And if you told 8-year-old Patrick that when he was 40, the Cowboys would be the biggest joke in professional sports.
The thing is,
in North America,
they're not. That's the thing. Is like
economically they're fine.
Well, not just
but
that,
on the field, it's a joke.
See, the Browns are a joke. The Cowboys are just the most dysfunctional. Like in spite of everything else.
Sure. Okay. So different words, different descriptors, but it's still non-relevant. How about that?
Yet they stay relevant because
just because of the star and Jera,
Dysfunction looks a lot different in other organizations.
Yes.
Cleveland dysfunction is very different than Dallas dysfunction.
Cleveland dysfunction is again shenanigans. The Cowboys are cheeky. The Brown shenanigans are cruel. It's just there's a sliding scale of it. We point and we laugh at the Cowboys. We look at the Browns and we go, ugh.
He's a hoe.
Yeah, it's just there's differences to it.
When we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way. Portland Sports Leader, don't you forget it. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Over to Benson. He gives it inside to Kuminga. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
With the left.
That call courtesy of FanDuel. The Atlanta Hawks take down the Portland Trail Blazers yesterday, and but hey, what are you supposed to do? Atlanta's got a future Hall of Famer, one of the GOATs, top 10 player of all time, and Jonathan Kuminga just had to get out of Steph's shadow, the bully. This Easy Play brought to you by HomeZ. Use HomeZ's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call HomeZ. That's HOMZE. HomeZ.com.
We just finished our
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Let's see here. Coming up on the program tomorrow, this team sold out for batting practice.
Who could it possibly be?
We're going to have a conversation, dude, because I saw someone getting in a bus, and I saw the team leaving a restaurant, and it looked ridiculous. We'll get into that tomorrow. It's a free consultation Tuesday as well.
Also, that spring training gear looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good. I know. Sprague had one
on.
Let's see. Well, let's finish up the day here. What do we got here? David Montgomery, a few days ago, requested a trade out of Detroit.
He got it.
And he got it. He's now on the Texans. Now, there's twofold here. I'm a little curious as to why he wanted out of Detroit.
His touches were going down.
Is it because he's getting older?
Well, I mean, he's 28, so he's
getting better.
Yeah, Jameer's just getting
awesome.
better and better and better. And if
Two-headed monster was so nice.
Yes, but also at 28 years old, what do you have?
You got one
more
deal.
payday.
One more deal.
So you have to max. This is where I don't fault a player. I absolutely Montgomery's a really good player, and I'm honestly I like seeing him go to the Texans. Like, give them another weapon. Like, yeah, like if you're gonna make the investment in Stroud, like go surround him with guys and let's see if this is gonna be a thing or not, because we know what that defense is.
And especially because the injury to Mixon really hurt their offense.
Yeah, crippled.
Like, probably just as bad as the injury to Nico Collins in the playoffs. Having a good running back where you can
relieves the pressure on Stroud
every day. He's available every day. That's big.
Yep.
And
the price they paid was not that high.
No, not at all. Let's see. Sorry, I have it right in front
They
of me.
got offensive lineman Juice Scruggs, a 4th round in 2026 of this draft, and then 7th round of next year.
So you didn't have a top 3 pick in there, or a top 3 round pick.
No, it's easy.
And you're most likely going to go draft offensive linemen to go protect C.J. Stroud this year.
You have to.
Look, I mean, there's one place that the Texans are drafting.
But that's the other trade that the Texans did, is they sent their only good offensive lineman to Cleveland. Now, that's also because he's going to need to get paid, and that's a problem. But that's now back-to-back, your best offensive lineman being traded out of Houston.
To Cleveland.
Two years in a row. That's an issue.
But then you could look at Cleveland and go, all right, all 5 of their offensive linemen are leaving.
Totally.
Maybe we just do a swap.
Yep.
Oh, if Cleveland, yeah. I mean, you need to get that stuff. I'm just surprised. Yes, somebody may need to get paid, but you need offensive line more than anything right now. And you're gonna choose to let them go. That's kind of weird.
Well, they're going to go through the draft and see how that works out, and then they're going to look to fill within the free agency. I think that's the best you can get. And then there's not a shortage of good to above average offensive linemen. This free agent class is not the sexy positions, but there are good O linemen in this free agent pool.
Again, Jawan Taylor, right tackle for Kansas City.
Yep.
Just let go.
Yeah. You have
saving $20 million is a lot on one player though.
And then who's the guard in Cleveland who?
Oh yeah, Pro Bowler. Totally blanking on his name.
We just talked about these guys last week.
Yeah, but either way, he wants to go find a deal. He's going to get paid.
So you go pay one, maybe 2 of those guys, and then you draft another, probably with your first pick.
Probably.
And then you go try to figure out the rest. The thing is, that Texans offensive line was so bad, it's hard to say. You can look, something I say all the time, it can always get worse, but it's hard to be worse than how of ineffective they were last year.
Wyatt Teller is his name.
Thank you.
Looks like the commies are about to release Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, he's got a pretty sizable cap hold.
I always liked Lattimore.
You know who doesn't?
Who? This guy over here?
Tampa Bay fans?
Well, yeah.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, yeah. I always kind of liked Marshawn Lattimore.
He's good.
I always thought he was a pretty good player.
Yeah. Guy's named Lattimore. He's pretty good.
Is there something wrong with that? Who's the other Lattimore that's good?
College player. Totally blanking on his first name now.
Kobe?
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, just a random aside. What do you got
the
going over
MLB
here?
app just told me that I can't watch the Guardians game.
Says
there's no TV feed available. Wonderful.
Well,
we forget to pay the bills over there or what?
I was like,
well, Saucony's on the mound. I want to watch him.
Stuff out here.
Let's see here.
We're wrapping up in 3 minutes. If you want to catch the Guardians.
Priorities, my man. Priorities.
I like it.
Good college hoops game on the docket tonight. Iowa State at Arizona.
Yeah. Top 5 matchup.
Iowa State just lost their first game at home.
And Duke just made it number 1 in the AP poll for a record-breaking 149th week.
Wow.
Duke's peaking. They have the number 1 offense and the number 2 defense.
I know. I was diving into
DPI.
diving into some stats yesterday, and I came across that was like, oh god! Not only are they the number 1 offense, they're the number 1 most efficient offense, and they're the number 2 defense, but their defensive efficiency is number 1. Like,
and remember, Cooper Flagg is supposed to be in the class.
well, we can't do anything about that now.
I know. Just think about how disgusting this team would be.
Also, on a fun side note, Portland State hosts Weber State tonight. If Portland State wins that, they will lock in the number 1 seed in the Big Sky tournament.
Well, win the tourney and go
Portland
dancing.
State could go dancing.
They win the tourney, they go dancing.
If they don't win the tourney,
Probably
not go dancing.
No, probably not.
No, they've got to do that.
Yeah.
Where does Portland State play? They got a basketball arena up there?
Yeah, they why can't I not? Man, my brain is just not. I am
no bluffing here.
I am on the golf course right now. That is where my brain is at.
I forgot. I was going to ask you, where are you golfing today?
Glendevere East. It's going
Glendevere.
Yeah. It's
Viking Pavilion.
Thank you.
Where is it?
It's right there on campus.
Is it right there on campus?
But yeah, no. Joe and I are playing around.
Nice.
Old Simons.
Well, that's the
scoring officially counts now too. We're in March.
That's the Von Ebert out there. The brewery.
Yeah.
That's their location out there.
We once had me, him, and Shane once had and Jeremiah Coughlin. We had a bucket of KFC chicken wings delivered to a table at the turn once.
Oh wow!
All of us were starving and none of us had eaten, so we had the food delivery. He didn't know where to leave it, so he left it on a table and took a picture. So we had a scavenger hunt for a bucket of chicken.
Well, I know you're not a drinker, but if your boy wants a beer, Von Ebert's one of my favorites in town.
Food there's great too.
Great food.
That's definitely
great
a spot.
Beer.
We pop in there and grab a bite after every round.
Good.
Solid little spot.
Good. I like my friends at Von Ebert. They make really, really great stuff. Let's see. Anything else we missed tonight? What's the NBA slate look like? It's a Peacock Day. Clippers, Warriors. Woof.
Yeah, I'm chilling tonight.
I'm going to hard pass on that.
Yep.
Boston, Milwaukee. Giannis might come back tonight.
Yeah, after missing 5 weeks, it sounds like he might be back.
Rumor on the street is Jason Tatum on Friday.
Yep. It was between the 1st and the 6th. That was what they were talking about.
Glory to you, my friend. Good luck. Godspeed.
Yep.
Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That'll do it for us. We will catch you tomorrow. For Danny Morang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.